following is intended for immature audiences only. There's no such thing as a radio rating system. But if there were, this show would be rated O as in... Oh my God, this show is so stupid. These people should be in jail. Let's begin.
Good afternoon.
You're listening to Common Man and Timmy. Featuring Panama Ted.
Ted's a fun guy.
And the crazy soundboard.
Hola.
I'm Dennis Farina.
So much.
I even made just a little bit of a diagram for you.
56, and is that correct? Raw.
You little weasel.
Turn off your brain and unzip your pants. Here's Common Man and Timmy.
Happy Wednesday. Welcome in. It's the good, clean boy, Timmy Holt.
Oh, hello, man. How you feeling today?
Crappy. There's something going around this radio station. Rothman's got it. I've got it. You're going to get it soon because we're going to neck. Calvin, our custodian's got it.
Oh, gosh.
He can hardly talk. Normally, he's chatting us all up. Today, no voice.
Nothing. Yeah, he loves talking sports. He loves the NBA. He loves seeing what's on our mind. Everybody is coming down with this. And yes, you're right. I'm probably going to get this sometime middle of next week.
See, normally the way that these colds catch me is it starts up top. You know, got the post-nasal drip.
All of it, yeah.
Drippy down and got the sore throat for a couple days. Then it moves into the chest. That's the last place it goes for me. This one just started in the chest. It skipped everything else. Went right for the chest. Chesty LaRue.
You're like Sepp Straka.
So I apologize in advance for my voice today. I always apologize for the stupid things that come out of my mouth. But today, I apologize for the voice and the stupid things that come out of my mouth.
Now you got to hear it at a lower tone. So it's a lot to deal with. It's still going to be a fun show regardless, though. A lot of things going on at the station today.
Well, we're going to get to that. Leather Jacket Time with 10 TV's Nicole Shearin. That is 3:30. Timmy's going to debut a new jacket today. I saw him in it. He looks fabulous.
Was I wrong?
No, very good.
Thank you.
And name dropping with Jeff Rimmer at 5:30. So we start the show with a good, clean girl. We end the show with a dirty old man.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
ODB.
We had a little problem here at the radio station today.
Boy, did we.
Timmy has a golf putter. I don't know why I said it like that. He has a putter.
He's a good golf player.
Scratch golf player that he keeps by his desk and, likes to practice his putting. And by the way, Timmy, I'll be the first one to admit to you, you're an excellent putter.
I appreciate that.
You're excellent with the short game.
Helps with my focus.
Rory McIlroy can learn something from you.
And we've got over in the TV section, there's a little tiny chipping net. I had brought one in once, too, and I brought like a little container of the styrofoam, like the sponge foam golf balls. And somebody would hit all the golf balls all over the place and never put them back into the bucket.
They're animals.
Which I thought was disrespectful. So then I took my kit home, and then Adam King brought his in. And there's less golf balls around, but he also doesn't mind if you grab his sand wedge that leans up against his desk and hit a couple of chips. You put the sand wedge right back where you found it. You go about your day. So I've got the Odyssey 2-ball putter that leans up against my desk. And we did, for a while, we had a little space at the end of our cubicles. And there was this putting mat. People have seen office putting mats before. This is supposed to be some fancy one that was purchased a while ago.
Sucked.
It's supposed to hook up to a TV.
Garbage.
It's a piece of junk.
We spent money on this. We probably fired somebody to buy this stupid thing. It's garbage.
Or $7,000 for this thing. It's never been hooked up properly. It's called the putter, Puttr, with no E in it. And anyway, that evil bald Colin has taken over that space. There's just mounds and mounds of cords and microphones and equipment.
Is that officially his spot now?
He broke down the Ohio State football booth.
His
and that's
place
his place
for crap.
Place for crap. Yeah, it's Colin's locker. Skip has been telling me that I need, and you too, that we need to get a closet for all of our, costumes that we keep around back there. But that whole area, it's just evil bald Colin has vomited out a bunch of radio equipment. So either way, I keep my putter at my desk. And lately, we've just been using a nice can of Coors Light. The mountains are blue, and I put that can there, and that's about half the diameter of a hole. So if I can hit that can, then I'll be rolling the golf ball really well.
What a sound that makes, too.
Makes
just a little bleep, just a little pleasant. It's like when Kramer's got the wind chimes on his screen door.
The sound he makes.
Oh, yeah.
It's just a It's just a gorgeous sound. It's a beautiful sound.
So you went to go practice your putting today, and you look around, and
no putter.
Putter gone.
Putter gone. It's
Well,
okay.
Sometimes we play jokes on each other around here, right?
And that's fine. It's all well and good.
If we get 17 million packages of wet naps, we go and just put them all on Adam King's desk.
Or if it's Parmesan, grated Parmesan
Sure.
packets from the pizza spots.
So your first thought is, maybe King took it and hit it. So
I always think of King first. And King, I'm sorry, but I'm always going to think of you first.
So we walk around, we try and find the putter. This is taking a long time.
We look everywhere. In every studio, we talk to all the golfers. I'm sorry to all the golfers that I asked about it, but I figured I'd start there.
We came in during Rothman and Ice during one of their commercial breaks, which normally is a no-go to go into the studio, somebody else's show.
Right. I don't try to do that.
But we came in here, we're looking for the putter, no putter, gone. We went out to the television side. Skip Mosick combed the television newsroom.
Yeah, he looked for
Gone.
us. I go up to Scotty Vegas's office. He has a little satellite putting mat. He's got a little green strip up there. He doesn't have it. Hadn't seen it.
After like an hour and a half of looking, we determined that somebody came in here and stole Timmy's putter.
Somebody took it. Just took it and didn't put it back. And later do we find out, we get a little piece of intel from Fish. Fish said he's seen someone with it.
Oh, he seen it.
And this was the last person I would have expected. I don't know why it's the last person I would have expected.
It's one of the first people I would have expected.
Because this guy can be a total moron at times.
He's in the YouTube chat right now. He's going to plead his case.
And then you try to make excuses for just taking a putter off of somebody's desk or leaning up against their desk. So he says he saw Tito holding the putter this morning. And I said, wait a minute, why?
Admiring the putter. Stroking the putter.
And he said he thought he overheard him saying, oh, this was the putter that I brought in 4 or 5 months ago. I haven't seen it in a while. Has it not been up against my desk for the better part of a month and a half, which is about when I brought it in to start fiddling around with it at work. Because the only putter we had was like a junior putter, and that didn't work for us.
Tito works at 6 o'clock in the morning. Oftentimes, he does not go to bed. He's on a cocaine bender all night long.
Doesn't get any rest.
And so he doesn't know one putter from the next.
He's going from job to job. There's no time. There's never any time.
Also, to Tito's credit, when you confronted him on this through a series of very
violent
text messages, he made a special trip into the radio station. Probably, he was working his other job.
Yes, and
whatever the hell he does.
It's already back.
And he brought the putter back. So thank you, Tito. It was good to see you, by the way, buddy. Thanks for bringing the putter back.
Tito said his whole excuse for this was, I thought it was my putter. And when I took a photo of the other putter that was here in the downstairs area, we have a putter with a bluish hue.
Look nothing like that putter.
It's a junior girl's putter.
Nothing like the putter that he took.
And he thought that was an original Odyssey 2-ball, classic style Odyssey 2-ball. I could describe it to a T because I got this putter in Utah when I was still in high school. And I got this from my head golf pro. And she put a little etch, almost like a pencil line, on the Odyssey 2-ball for people to know.
You're taking it too far. I've lost interest.
2 golf balls.
I got it from my golf pro in Utah. What the hell are we talking about?
I know that putter. It's mine. No one can take it from me. I could describe it to anybody. I could pick it out of a lineup from 20 yards away.
A putter lineup. Look at you.
Like a candy lineup.
Mm-hmm.
So thank God we found the putter. It is safe and sound. It is back. Tito took it.
That's only one of many problems here at the radio station today. We had a meeting at 11 o'clock today. Big branding meeting. Smart people, dumb people. We're all in this meeting.
Tyler, the creator, was leading it.
Sure. So the meeting runs from 11 to noon. I normally get my lunch at 11 o'clock, but I foregoed that lunch. Came in here for the meeting at 11. Had a nice meeting, I thought. Right?
Yeah. We were there for a better part of an hour. It went from 11 to 11:57, 11:58 or so.
Meeting adjourns.
Mm-hmm.
Another meeting is about to start with many of the same people from the first meeting, and then they brought the sandwiches in for meeting number 2. So apparently I and you and Rhyme Time, we were not good enough for the sandwiches. Only the people staying for the second meeting got the sandwiches.
I couldn't believe that. And I noticed how Heather just sort of slyly grabbed the bag.
She didn't want us to see that bag.
Put it right under the table.
She smuggled that Jersey Mike's in her ace. It was contraband.
Jersey Mike's?
I didn't see anything.
I don't know what you're talking about. I mean, I don't like a Jersey Shore favorite. I don't like the Mike's Way with the oil and red wine vinegar. Who would like that? It's a terrible thing to have.
So then it's noon. I'm sitting down here by my desk. And I'm thinking, should I get something for lunch? Well, I can't get something for lunch because I got a meeting with Fish at 1.
We got our 1 o'clock.
I got stuff to do at my desk. I can't leave, get lunch. I'll be behind. Fish, meeting, 1 o'clock. I get the reminder on my Outlook. Beep, 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 beep.
15 minutes in advance.
1 o'clock comes. No fishy. 1:15 comes. No fishy.
1:30?
2 o'clock. Fishy sachets in. Oh, we had a meeting today? I had no idea. I was upstairs eating my sandwiches. Meanwhile, I had nothing for lunch. I got phlegm in my chest. I'm coughing up Brill cream, whatever the hell I have in there.
You really didn't get a lunch.
I had nothing.
You didn't get a lunch. I should have cut my sandwich in half so you could have some, but I know you wouldn't do that anyway.
I'm not eating your homemade grubby sandwich with no mayonnaise on it.
I know you're not. I had honey mustard on.
Get out of here with your honey mustard.
Get out of here with
honey
your creamy mayo.
Sucks. Mayonnaise is wonderful. Crosses nations and continents. Please. You go over to Europe, they're dipping their fries in mayonnaise. We should be doing that here. Right, Rhyme Time? Rhyme Time's a mayonnaise guy.
What doesn't cross nations and continents? Pizza does.
Some things. Some things
Everything
don't.
crosses nations and continents.
In Italy, they're eating horse tartare. We're not doing that.
We could.
Excuse me. Can I have some Secretariat?
Just a little taste of Secretariat is what I'm looking for.
Gamey Secretariat.
Very
Too
gamey.
much muscle. Don't run him so much.
I like that deer meat, though. The venison's not bad. Tasty. Salty.
It's salty if you salt it.
Even without the salt, it tastes salty.
Moron. Could there be major problems for a former Buckeye quarterback? Details next. Common Man and Timmy on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
You should be aware of a slowdown due to an accident that's on Goodale Street at Neal Avenue. And we also have an accident that's on the right shoulder of eastbound 70 on the east side after Alum Creek Drive that's causing some delay. This report is sponsored by Cordell & Cordell. Cordell & Cordell, Divorce and Family Law. Call 866-323-7529. That's 866-323-7529. Cordell & Cordell, a partner you can count on. CordellCordell.com. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Rates as low as 5.54% APR and a $400 cash bonus when you refinance your auto loan with BMI Federal Credit Union. Visit bmifcu.org/refinance.
He shoots, he scores! No matter your sport, it's a great time of year to be a fan. But the fun stops when you or a loved one can't control your gambling. At Maryhaven, we're here to help. Whether it's gambling, drugs, alcohol, or mental health, you don't have to go it alone. With in-person, virtual, and group options, Maryhaven meets you where you are. Always judgment-free. Go to maryhaven.com today. That's maryhaven.com.
At Kroger, we've lowered prices on over 1,000 items across our stores so you can save even more. Whether you're shopping in-store or online at Kroger, we've lowered prices on thousands of the items your family wants and needs. And with lower prices, your dollar goes further every time you shop with us. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Check out this amazing deal on Kellogg's cereal. Select varieties or buy 2, get 3 free with your card. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
We can come the day you call us.
We're 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
We make junk disappear. All you have to do is point.
Brian, I've been meaning to ask you something.
Okay, ask away.
Sometimes when we're talking, I hear a little sparkling sound.
Is it when one of us says, all you have to do is point?
There it is. Did you hear that?
That's the sound of magic happening.
Magic? Like we can come the day you call us? Wow.
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK or visit 1-800-GOT-JUNK.com.
My house has a new glow. I love my windows. Universal
Now get 50% off your windows. That's half off, plus no interest, no payments for 12 months, and a free entry door with your window purchase. Restrictions apply. Call 614-502-5220. Like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
I love my windows. They've got that brand new home effect. Universal Windows Direct.
You had a solid retirement dream. Sell your home in a few years, bank the equity, downsize, and travel. But with an unpredictable economy and the future feeling uncertain, you're wondering if that equity will still be there when you're ready. What if you could bank that equity right now? With Truehold, you can sell your home for its current value, so you can access your equity today. You can bank the cash now and stay in the home you love with an easy standard lease. Truehold even covers property taxes, insurance, and repairs. And since Truehold hands over your equity in cash now, it's yours to do whatever you'd like. Don't let a shifting economy put your hard-earned equity at risk. Visit Truehold.com and receive their competitive offer on your home in just 48 hours, based on its current value, not what's coming. Call 1-855-300-9993 or visit Truehold.com. The smarter, faster way to cash out on your home's value without moving. That's Truehold.com.
Join Rothman and Ice every Thursday at 2:30 for Gold Jacket Thursday.
Presented by the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
A new Hall of Famer joins the show every week, but not OJ because he's dead and probably a murderer. The Fan.
Hey, I'm Ruben. My band and I have a new song we're getting ready to record this weekend. I'm also a tow truck driver. When you move over and slow down, you're not only giving me room to work, you're making sure I get to go home at the end of the day and see my bandmates.
Roadside workers have lives and families, but when they're on the job, they put it all on the line to protect and serve us. When you see flashing lights, remember, they're not just roadside workers. Thank you for moving over and slowing down.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty. Do you want to sell your property, however, you need a little help getting through the process? Let's say you have years of belongings in the home. It needs a lot of updating, you're overwhelmed, and you may need help finding a place to go. I will help you. Visit us today at TurboTrackRealty.com or call me now for an all-cash offer and, more importantly, the help you need at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
From office supplies to IT essentials, Amazon Business provides tools that help you save costs and make insight-based decisions. Learn how to bring your visions to life at AmazonBusiness.com.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Stay hydrated and lots of sunscreen today. We'll see daytime highs soaring into the upper 80s to right around 90 degrees, and it will be humid and hazy. For tonight, mostly cloudy, overnight lows in the upper 60s, and then for Thursday, temperatures drop down into the low 80s, but we see chances of showers and thunderstorms returning. Isolated storms could be severe with damaging wind gusts, otherwise mostly cloudy skies, and we'll see the chances of rain continue into the weekend. For The Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfolo with your 10 weather impact forecast.
The ESPN Bet Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus is the official sportsbook of Common Man and Timmy. Weekdays at 3. The Fan.
The only show that can bring a dead queen back to life. This is Common Man and Timmy.
Allow me to tell you about my friends at Tri-State Men's Health. They are man's friends as well. And listen here, if you're struggling with ED, looky here.
No,
Stop,
what are we doing?
Stop putting it off. Man's got a mouthful of food. Tell you about that in a second. For a limited time, Tri-State Men's Health is offering that first appointment with the provider absolutely free. No strings, no co-pays, nothing out of pocket. Let me say it again. The initial appointment is free, not discounted, 1,000,000% free. You get to meet with a real men's health expert and leave with real answers. Erectile dysfunction, ED, it's a terrible thing. Many men will put off getting it treated just because they're embarrassed about it. Don't do that anymore. You got 2 lovely locations for Tri-State right in Central Ohio, Westerville and Hilliard. Start checking around at tristatemenshealth.com. Again, that initial appointment is completely free.
Don't be embarrassed.
Why wait?
Be proud of your wiener. Show it to people.
Right? It's whatever God gave you.
That's what Louis C.K. would do. He would say, you mind if I just sit here and show it to you?
We don't mind if you look around.
Well,
Don't be like
mind.
Louis.
People mind.
Don't be like Louis.
All right, so
No.
Fish felt bad that his
I'm glad he did.
absent-mindedness cost me a lunch today, so he brought in some JT's pizza. Everything's forgiven. I can't say that I'm not still going to be ornery because I got a little cold in my chest. Chest in my plums. Good sausage on this JT's pizza.
To the farmer's
They got the
market.
little fennel in there. Some people don't like the fennel. I like the fennel.
What I love, the cup and char pepperoni, and I've tried all different types of JT's because I would recommend giving it a whirl. They have a spicy sauce. Now, if you're just getting someone pizzas, I do agree. Get their traditional sauce. But I tried it when I had a couple of pizzas there with T-Bone.
If you're trying many
weeks ago,
pizzas.
yeah, get yourself one of the spicy sauce.
I wasn't invited to that.
Well,
just saying.
It was just a little.
I wasn't invited to that.
It was just a little
Hey,
Timmy
Rhyme
T-Bone.
Time. Were you invited to that?
See you later. Goodbye.
Teddy's not here today. Rhyme Time is producing the show. And may I say, we're only 22 minutes in. Hell of a job.
Why, thank you.
Hell of a job.
I appreciate it.
He's a good, clean boy.
He got a BB bop earlier.
Little BB? Bibby?
Bibby?
BB bop or Bibby bop?
There's one right down the street, but he had to order it, wait 90 minutes for it.
Like a true Gen Zer, right? Order on that app. It was just him, too. He's not ordering for 7 or 8 people.
Texans coach D'Amico Ryans said that he has no concerns about C.J. Stroud's limited throwing during spring practices due to general soreness in his shoulder. He says there's no concerns with C.J. It's just general soreness. We're taking extra precaution with him. He'll be good to go. No concerns on my end. When he's ready to go, he'll be ready to go.
Are you buying it at this stage? Are you a little bit
sorta
more
have
concerned
to,
than what
but
they're letting on?
Isn't it always sort of a red flag when it's early June and you have a sore shoulder? This is something that sometimes you see as camp progresses because you're throwing more than you have in the entire offseason. But, you know, that I'm not saying it's the end of the world. I'm not saying Texans fans should panic. If anything, you should panic because C.J. Stroud had himself a sophomore slump last year.
He sure did. He went from 23 touchdown passes and 5 picks and was incredible in 2023. And he was up in interceptions and he was down in touchdown passes. He was down in yards. He was down in completion percentage.
And you can make the case that they went out during last offseason and they upgraded skill positions for him. And that offense, and I'm not saying it's all on him. It's not. But that Texans offense took a major step back. And now Texans fans are coming off of that performance. They see their quarterback in early June has a sore shoulder and really isn't throwing. I can understand a little bit of concern. That's all.
Yeah, I think the player that is always going to come up for me when we're talking about a star quarterback and he's got an offseason injury, which, you know, does possibly make you think about how much of this was bothering him in the latter half of 2024, and that's Andrew Luck. And just the way that the Colts, I feel, mismanaged his injuries, and I feel like Andrew Luck has to be a little bit accountable for that too, because at a certain point in time, you're going to put your foot down and say, like, something that is bothering me needs a surgery, needs to be fully corrected. It can't just be rehabbed and put off. I'm not saying that we know that that's where we are with C.J. Stroud. It's just that, like you said, mildly concerned because of the sophomore slump. I have every belief. If C.J. Stroud is fully healthy, if his shoulder really is going to be fine, like D'Amico Ryans is talking about, I would bet a lot and I would bank a lot that C.J. will be fine. He had a sophomore slump and he's going to get back to it because I believe in him that much as a player.
We did a thing last offseason, and you were involved in this. I don't know if you remember. It was me, T-Bone, you, and Teddy. And the question was, last offseason, would you take C.J. Stroud on your team right now as your quarterback over Jalen Hurts? All of us said yes.
Yes, we did.
Fast forward a year. Is anybody saying yes? I'm not.
And
that's something to say about CJ's sophomore performance, and also something to say about the guy who just won the Super Bowl. But,
right.
You know, a lot can change. Does he bounce back and have the type of season he had in his rookie year? We'll see. But not throwing in early June, not the best thing to see.
No.
Stanley Cup final starts up tonight in Edmonton, 8 o'clock on the TNT. A Canadian team has not won the Stanley Cup
since the Canadiens, right?
32 years. Montreal in 93.
Yeah.
That's right. 32 years. This sticks in their craw. They hate it up there. I contend that streak continues. I think you just give the trophy right to the Florida Panthers. I will be shocked as hell if they don't win, even though they're starting off on the road. They started off the East Finals on the road. Doesn't bother them. I think they're the better team. They're the tougher team. I think the Panthers win.
You did, maybe this is more Rimmer. I know Rimmer, he was all about the Stars. Wasn't he, when we talked to him before the Western Conference Finals
the Dallas
got
Stars
going?
you're talking about.
Yeah, the Dallas Stars. And Edmonton basically took them behind the woodshed.
He's all about everybody.
6-3 game one, and then it was all Edmonton right after that. And, for the team that has McJesus on it, the team that has Connor McDavid, I'm not to the point where you are, where we're just handing the Stanley Cup to the Panthers. I think winning it back-to-back years is very, very tough to do, even with them being here already, and they absolutely dusted the Carolina Hurricanes. They were no match for Florida. No one in the East was any kind of match for Florida, but I think this could be a really exciting Stanley Cup. I'm more excited for the Stanley Cup Finals than I am the NBA Finals, where we're going to get things cooking with the Pacers and the Thunder.
Well, I want to talk about that in a second,
mid-market
too.
teams.
Yeah, you know what's amazing? I'm reading an article today in Common Sense Illustrated about how this NBA final, which starts up, tomorrow?
Mm-hmm.
Pacers and Thunder, how it's projecting to be the lowest rated finals of all time because of the markets that are involved. And yes, I mean, we can look at just history and say that's probably going to be the case. But I always wonder, these conspiracy theorist people, they're always out. But I don't hear anybody talking now. What do they do? Just go back to the lizard people thing? It's we have nothing to talk about with the NBA and conspiracies, so let's move back onto lizard people and flat earth and how we're all just a bunch of sheep.
Where are those lizard people living? Under the Denver International Airport? Is that where all the fun happens?
I've heard some
big things.
Jesse Ventura was big about how there's something going on under the Denver International Airport.
Jesse the Mouth was all about.
They always move on to something else.
Right.
Do you really first of all, none of this is fixed. Get the hell out of here.
I don't think so.
And that's not to say that you don't have bad actors involved on occasion. We saw that with Tim Donaghy.
Yeah, Tim Donaghy happened, right? That does not speak to the entire sport being scripted.
No, from
and we know what's going to happen.
Standpoint, no, I don't believe it for a second. Maybe you call me naive, whatever. I don't believe it for a second. And this is proof of it. A situation like this would not be allowed to happen. Well, that's just what they want you to believe.
Right, because it's going to wind up being the highest rated NBA Finals of all time.
All right, back in 2 minutes, it is Leather Jacket time with 10 TV's Nicole Shearin. Common Man and Timmy on the Fan.
Fan Traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
You should watch out for an accident that's on the right shoulder of eastbound 70 on the east side after Livingston Avenue. Police are on scene, adding to that slowdown. And we've got some slower traffic on eastbound 270 on the north outer belt between 23 and 71. This report is sponsored by Experience Columbus. Can a city with the #3 best zoo and the #1 science museum really be as good as it sounds? Yes, Columbus. Discover the world-class attractions in your backyard at experiencecolumbus.com/summer. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
The most common form of treatment for the arthritic joints is normally cortisone injections and gel shots and over-the-counter medications. And most patients have tried all of that and are still in pain.
Every day, Dr. Aaron Wolkoff, a QC Kinetics medical director, meets patients who have exhausted every method to get relief. They've been told surgery is their only option.
They want to stay away from that path, and they come to us almost as a last hope. So we're using our own body's properties to help manage pain, to help slow arthritis down, keep the patients active with no downtime, and get them back to what they enjoy doing. I mean, I love what I do.
QC Kinetics regenerative treatments from our board-certified providers help heal and restore aching joints. No surgery, harmful drugs, or downtime. Call for your free consultation today.
Call QC Kinetics, 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544. 380-208-4544.
It's Leslie from Pella Columbus.
I'm Wilson from that other window place. Leslie, what's that hot lamp against your window for?
Pella windows are tested up to 160 degrees Wilson to ensure efficiency and the lowest energy bills possible, even in the craziest of temperatures. Put your hand on there.
All right. God, that's hot.
On the window, Wilson.
Oh, hey, that is quite nice and cool. So I'm going to go grab some ice now.
Get the window that Columbus homeowners rated #1 for innovation at PellaColumbus.com.
Common Man and Timmy is sponsored by Hinderer Motorsports. Listen every weekday from 3 to 6. They're good, clean boys. The Fan.
Oh, look how sexy. It's leather jacket time with 10 TV's Nicole Shearin.
I want to point out, if you're watching on YouTube, you can see that I have, like, Brett the Hitman Hart wraparound sunglasses on. I can't see a damn thing out of these glasses. I can't see a damn thing.
So you're like me, because when I choose to put on the aviators, I got to take my glasses off. I'm blind. So
Maybe
it's just sort of a field of vision. I can tell that you got a poppin'. Boy, that is vibrant. You've got the pink leather
honestly,
top today.
Dude, I'm kind of upset you can't see because I look kind of fire right now.
I can't see it. I see an outline of a person. Yeah. Like, dead serious. We got pizza in here. Evil Bald Colin came in here during the break to get pizza. I looked and said, who's that? Who's that?
You know
Who's that, Bill
getting
Shakespeare
pizza?
over there? I can't see
You
it.
know what you look like? Like when someone gets cataracts or something and they have to wear those glasses that are like super big.
I'll be there soon.
You look like that.
You know what I got to do this year?
What?
Poop in the box.
What?
Yeah.
You got a crap in the box this year?
What does that even mean?
I'm not old enough for the full-on colonoscopy, but you got to poop in the box
Ew.
at 45 and send that off.
Yeah, that's
How
disgusting.
about you for the UPS guy that's got to pick that up? He knows it's poop. It says, like, Cologuard on there.
Do you do it at the doctor's office or at your
you do.
home?
At home, you poop in the box, and
You
then you ship the poop.
Why have I never heard of this before?
You're 27 years old. That's why you never heard of it before.
Yeah, you'll worry about this when you get closer to 40.
Great. Can't wait.
Yeah.
Lots to look
And
forward to.
that's got to be like in a plastic little container, right? That's got to
Well, it's
have.
not just loose in there,
I
you
know.
lunatic.
Ew, Tim.
I know, but I mean, it could be in like a plastic bag, I suppose,
I
and
don't
then
know
you
what
zip
it is.
tie it. I think you got
But that's coming up
a little
soon.
plastic
the
container.
Poop in the box. 10 TV's Nicole Shearin is here.
What's up,
Memorial
guys?
last week. That was your
Yes.
first time covering.
Yes.
Give us your thoughts of the entire
Oh
event.
my God, it was so fun. I will say, am still so sore from walking all around that course. I feel like I'm 80 years old because of how sore I am. My parents were here this weekend. My mom was like, why are you sore? You were just like covering a golf tournament. I'm like, Mom, I can't walk.
It's a lot of walking.
It's a lot.
It's like an 8-mile walk
Yes.
if you play an entire round there.
I clocked it on my Apple Watch. I had walked 10.5 miles one day.
That's amazing.
And you know what I shouldn't have done? But I will say I enjoyed it because it was fun. But Adam on the last morning was like, let's go walk the front 9. Let's just kind of enjoy. Oh, that was a mistake. I was already exhausted and I wasn't even working yet. Terrible.
Did you get a kick out of seeing a guy like Scotty Scheffler
Oh
win
my
the
God.
event for back-to-back years? I like
Yes.
seeing in a sport like golf, I'm always thinking about who could possibly ever catch a guy like Jack
Yeah.
or catch a guy like Tiger. So the guy that's hot, I want to see how scorching hot
Yes.
he can ever get.
Yes.
And Scotty is that guy. So I will watch golf hoping for him to win events now.
No, I will say.
I'm just speaking of scorching hot. I was just trying. I was
good.
trying to get a glimpse of
Can you glimpse my outfit today?
Yes, it's
Thank you.
fantastic.
Thank you so much. I really
Fantastic.
tried hard with this.
All right,
My
go back
mom
to
was
your
very
answer.
confused while I was walking out of my apartment with these things.
Scotty.
Is
Was asking about Scotty.
mom is still in town?
They're leaving in about an hour and a half.
Why didn't you bring her to the radio station?
Well, they were packing
Are
to
you
go
ashamed
to the
of us?
airport.
Wouldn't
I mean,
you?
look at yourself.
Yes, all right. Good call.
Would you bring your parents in here
I can't
to meet
take you
anybody?
serious.
Mama Shearin, I'm going to crap in the box later. Do you want to take
She
it
would
with
be
you?
mortified. 2 seconds in this room and she would be mortified.
I sound like
Poop in
death
a
and I'm going to
box.
crap in a
All
box.
right,
Yeah.
Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah.
Scotty Scheffler. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm
you're
sorry.
interrupting me.
I'm
That's
sorry.
very rude.
I know. I'm sorry.
Thank you. Anyways, Scotty Scheffler. So
He's sorry.
I love seeing. Well, first of all, Dom had chose for him to win, which I wasn't going to root for Scotty because
Good pick, Dom.
I know, whatever. It was a good pick, but I love seeing him win because, like you said, I mean, you love seeing a guy like that absolutely dominate, and you want to see how far he can take it. You know what I mean? Plus, I'm going to be honest with you. Scotty was one of the few. I mean, I knew a lot of the other golfers, but I'm not an obsessed with golf girl. So I really knew Scotty, so that was also fun to witness him win.
All right, now back to the pooping in a box,
great.
though, because when Scotty finished his round,
I know where this is going.
when Scotty finished his round, his lovely wife was there with their son Bennett, as they would be. That's a nice moment. That's cute. And The cameras pick it up. She hands him their baby, and she says, watch out. He just pooped all over himself. And like a good man, he picks up his baby anyway, and he thinks nothing of it.
Right.
I ask, who has to change that kid? Should it be Scotty? Even though he just came off of 72 holes, he was working for the day. He provides for his family, playing golf and winning lots of money. And Mama was watching that baby all day. Does she not deserve a break? Yeah, all week.
Absolutely. Okay, listen.
I think Scotty should go and take that one.
But I think Scotty would happily change the diaper. You know? Scotty loves that little boy. You can tell. I mean, I'm obsessed with this kid, and I've never even met the kid before. He was playing with the little trophy. He was like sitting on the green and was like tapping the trophy.
I get a bad read from the kid.
What is wrong with you?
There's something about him.
I get a bad read from you, loser.
I'm getting a bad read from that kid.
So do I, Nicole. What are you talking about, bad read?
I don't
You
know.
look like you're
There's
from a
something
Bug's
about him.
Life.
Lovely baby.
Can I say something else? I can't see the clock, so I have no idea when we're supposed to take a break, when the segment's supposed to be over. I can't see anything.
You look like you should be in that movie A Bug's Life.
3:37.
When are we out? I don't know.
41.
Good. 4 minutes.
41,
Oh, thank
42.
God. I'm not done roasting you. You look like you should be from A Bug's Life. You know that movie?
I didn't see it.
Yeah, well, you
I ain't
can't
seen
see.
For those that don't know, Common Man is wearing these wraparound replica Brett the
You can watch
Hitman
us
Hart
on YouTube. Go ahead.
Yeah,
like
tune in.
half jacket glasses. Our lovely fans, Craig and Cassie, dropped those off for me when I was broadcasting at the Memorial
That's what
last
this is
week.
about. I was going
They
to
brought
ask
those
you
by.
if you ordered those and if you knew you wouldn't be able to see
No,
it.
they were just
you
on my
there?
desk.
No? What?
Well, I know you did part of the show with me last
Yes.
week, which, by the way,
That was so
fun.
fun.
Did you have a good
I
time?
had a great time.
I heard
co-hosting the show.
terrible things, just awful things.
But that was because
You
of
know
me,
why
though,
I had a
not
great
her.
time? Because you weren't there.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, in a couple weeks when he's out, I wanted you to host a day with me. You don't want to
I
host a day
said
with me?
yes. I said I would.
All right, but on that day, we're both going to crap in a box.
No. I will provide the box for you, but I will not be partaking in the action.
Will you hold it steady?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
That's disgusting.
How big is the box?
Depends how big the lunch is.
I'm a little concerned because you seem to know a lot about this box situation. Makes me think that
my doctor was talking to me about the box.
my doctor,
I have a chest cold,
my doctor
Nicole.
was talking to me about it.
Oh my God.
All right, here's the question of the day.
Mike.
Nicole Shearin from 10 TV, Leather Jacket Time. We asked this question yesterday. I was not prepared for the answer.
Okay.
You can only have one for the rest of your life. Waffles or pancakes?
Come on now, Nicole.
What are you
Come on.
choosing?
Okay, this is kind of no question waffles. Is that right?
Let's go.
Well, there's no...
Ooh, let me guess your pancakes, loser.
No, let me tell you, and I'm be serious for a second.
Okay.
I have long
Okay, I'm serious too.
advocated for mental health awareness, right?
Oh.
That's why I was a fan of Ryan Day before he even set foot on the football field, because he made that a part of his mission to put himself out there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I have long said that I medicate myself. I've suffered with depression my entire life, and there's no shame in that. A lot of that comes from a feeling of being separated from society. I can tell you right now, in all honesty, I have never felt more separated from society than in this pancake waffle debate.
I was waiting for this to connect again. I was a little confused.
Here. Come on. I put this on Twitter today. I put pancake waffle on Twitter. And I thought, because you were team waffle, Timmy, and Teddy was team waffle. And I said, the general public, they have to be on my side. They have to be team pancake. I thought it would be 80-20 when I put it up today.
Right.
Instead,
What is it?
waffle beats pancake.
You found out.
2,000 votes. It was 55 to 44, whatever the hell it was.
Math
I
is
can't
hard.
do
It's
the
hard.
math.
They didn't get slammed, though.
It doesn't matter. I thought it was going to be slammed
Listen,
the other way.
Hand up. I had pancakes this morning. Okay,
And there's nothing wrong
Hand
with
up.
pancakes.
I can't believe we're more of a waffle society than a pancake society. I'm going to go home and double up my Prozac.
Oh, man.
I swear to God.
I think it's because you know what, waffles are a little crispier, and I love a crisp. Pancakes are
It's
soggy.
supposed to be crispy.
They're soggy.
But it's melt in your mouth. It's moist. It's luscious.
I hate that word moist. That's why I don't like them like that.
Nobody likes that word
Nope.
moist. I don't like that
No.
word either.
Never
But,
say that again.
I'm sorry that you had to find out this way and you feel this way about it, but I mean, if you think about it, you're taking the batter, you're taking all the goods, and then you're just leveling up a little bit.
And using a waffle maker is so fun.
All the little dips and the nooks, the crevasses.
Have you ever stayed at a Holiday Inn?
Use
your own waffle
I'm
maker?
too good for Holiday Inn.
I shouldn't have even asked you that.
That is a good thing about the continental breakfast.
Going 45 years of your life thinking that you live on a planet where pancakes are much more popular than waffles, and then one day you discover that that's not the case at all.
Yeah.
It's just jarring for me. I'm sorry.
I understand that. I understand that feeling.
I am really sorry, but I'm not sorry enough to switch my answer.
You don't have to switch.
Okay.
I'm going to just up the pills.
Oh,
Ooh, I can't. I'm sweating. My God. Thank you, Nicole. Segment's over.
Oh, great.
What does a 17-year-old golf prodigy and a dentist have in common? I will tell you coming up next. Common Man and Timmy on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
You should know that westbound 33 between North High Street and Gender Road is currently closed due to an accident, so seek an alternate route. And we've got a couple-minute delay on eastbound 70 on the east side from Hamilton Road to 270. This report is sponsored by Cordell & Cordell. Cordell & Cordell, Divorce and Family Law. Call 866-323-7529. That's 866-323-7529. Cordell & Cordell, a partner you can count on. CordellCordell.com. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
A healthy body needs good food. This summer, the Ohio Department of Education and Workforce is sponsoring Sun Meals, a summer food program where kids eat free. Children under 18 receive healthy meals and no sign-up is required. Locations may be right in your neighborhood. Call 1-866-348-6479 or visit education.ohio.gov/kidseat for meal locations and times. That's education.ohio.gov/kidseat.
We've all got it, that one crazy thing you've always wanted to do, that bucket list goal. Then a cancer diagnosis, and that one thing still goes according to plan. I would know. I'm getting my first tattoo right now, while my 3 beautiful daughters laugh hysterically at me. 58 years old, 4 years of cancer-free checkups at Ohio Health. Go ahead and get a picture, girls. You keep making plans.
Visit ohiohealth.com/keepmakingplans.
Everyone has a fave Wendy's Frosty flavor. And when you're choosing from chocolate or vanilla, it's not that hard. But now, there's all new Frosty Swirls and Frosty Fusions. So try picking your fave from Oreo Brownie Fusion, Pop-Tarts Strawberry Fusion, Strawberry Swirl, Brownie Batter Swirl, Caramel Swirl, and Caramel Crunch Fusion. Not so easy now, huh? For a fresh way to Frosty, gotta be Wendy's. Open till midnight or later.
Participating U.S. Wendy's. Hours may vary by location. Oreo is a trademark of Mondelez International Group. Pop-Tarts is a trademark of Kellogg North America Co., LLC. Used with permission.
Don't settle for ordinary this summer when adventure awaits. Make memories that will last forever only at your Columbus Zoo and Aquarium, Central Ohio's family destination for fun. Plan your perfect summer trip at columbuszoo.org.
Introducing Ice Cream Quakes from UDF. Big chunks of your favorite candies and cookies blended with real UDF ice cream. Made the way you want. Real creamy, real chunky, real. Ice Cream Quakes. New from United Dairy Farmers.
Are you ready for the ultimate entertainment experience? It's all here, only with Spectrum TV Select. Popular apps are included: Disney Plus, Max, Peacock Premium, Paramount Plus, AMC Plus, and more. And live TV for sports, entertainment, and news. Enjoy across your devices no matter when or where you are. Get Spectrum TV Select and start streaming your favorites today. It's all here. Visit spectrum.com/entertainment. Restrictions apply.
Want to lower your auto loan rate? CME Federal Credit Union can help you beat your rate fast. Lock at a rate as low as 5.25% and enjoy no payments for 60 days. Plus, with their lightning fast turnaround, you'll be on your way to savings in no time. Ready to roll into savings? Visit CMEFCU.org today and start driving to a better deal. Terms and conditions apply. Minimum floor rate of 5.25%. Federally insured by NCUA.
What's the best way to make sure you don't miss any of your favorite fan shows? Oh no! Download the Fan app, silly.
Ah, damn it, I knew that.
App Store, Google Play, or just scream right at your phone. Psst, you can also listen to Buckeye games. Do it now.
Hey, look! look, it's Bob Capace from Worthington Jewelers. Say hi, Bob.
Hi, Bob.
You know what I love the most about your store?
What's that, common man?
The way you treat people. You get to know your customers. That's why they keep coming back. No sleazeballs around. Just good, clean boys and girls selling jewelry.
Stop in and see the difference for yourself.
Worthington Jewelers on High Street in Worthington. WorthingtonJewelers.com. It's where Columbus gets engaged. Tell them Common Man sent you.
If your last garage door repair guy used phrases like the springy pulley uppy mabobber, we are Deluxe Door Systems. For 30 years, we've fixed crappy garage doors, straightforward, honest, and for less than you think. DeluxeDoorSystems.com.
Legend has it, underneath the NJM insurance offices lies a room of rejected mascot memorabilia. Is it real? No one knows. But we do know NJM is proud to put policyholders first. No jingles or mascots, just great insurance.
Insurance underwritten by NJM Insurance Company and its subsidiaries.
All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
A show with copious amounts of fart sounds. Emphasis on copious.
Oh no, I get a fart, but I don't know which way to lean.
This is Man and Timmy.
My God. Hey, subscribe to the podcast of this stupid show. It's available wherever you get your podcast. Just search Common Man and Timmy. Click. Oh, I can't do that. Click.
There you go.
Subscribe.
You tried.
Every single show comes right to your device free of charge. The podcast brought to you by our friends Care Heating and Cooling. I'm dead serious. Care Heating and Cooling. I was shocked at the results of the poll that I put on X this morning. We talked about it yesterday. Very simple. You can only have one for the rest of your life. Which one you taking? Pancakes or waffles? Even though I was in a very hostile pro-waffle environment yesterday with you, Timmy, and Teddy, who didn't even bother to show up today, lazy bastard.
No, it's Wednesday, Ted. He starts to kick in.
I thought if I threw it out to the people, they would vindicate me, and it would be like 80-20, pancakes, because to me, there's no comparison. It is pancakes all day, every day. However, now I'm doubting myself. We used to have a boss here who I respected so little that when he would come up to me after the show and say, that was a really good show, I would hang my head in shame knowing I just completed a big, giant, steaming turd. If that idiot liked the show, it must have really sucked. I just got a text message from 10 TV's Adam King, who says he's with me on Pancakes 100%.
You feel
and now I'm starting
to
doubt myself because I agree with King completely. If Tito calls in
oh my God,
and says he's a pancake guy, then I don't know what to do with myself. I really don't. But I'm shocked at the amount of waffle lovers that are out there.
It's honestly the way that I feel knowing that Tito had my exact, or thought that he had my exact same putter. I thought, well, maybe this isn't the putter that I should be using if Tito is using it as well. I want to make some kind of analogy to my disdain for mayo, but it's not really the same because I've always known that I would be in the minority, and I am in the minority. If you just take all reasonably thinking Americans, most of them, they do not hate mayo. Most of them would probably quite enjoy it. It'd probably be 70-30% that you like mayo.
Teddy hates mayo.
I know, but we are.
I don't know what show I work on anymore. I really don't.
I don't.
With you and Teddy, I don't know where I am.
I don't hate the pancakes.
Where's the fat guy? Bring him back.
This all started. T-Bone on vacation. T-Bone was having some nice ice cream. I saw him post a picture of a little beach spot. I think he's in.
Where is he?
Holden Beach, North Carolina. I think it's in that area of Wrightsville Beach near Wilmington, North Carolina. One of those spots. I thought they had some really good prices, first off, for a beach ice cream spot. And anyway, he was just all excited about the flavors and the kids springing for waffle cones and trying to get all the add-ons and the extras. It's vacation. Do it. Get the Jimmys, get the sprinkles. We're talking about waffles and pancakes. And how...
Aren't Jimmys and sprinkles the same thing?
Jimmys, or I don't know what they call them down there. Jimmys or sprinkles. Yes, they are the same thing.
Okay, all right. I was confused.
I think Jersey Shore, they
also,
go with the Jimmys.
Suck.
What?
Sprinkles suck.
Oh, but
we've had this conversation. They're useless. There's no point to them. Sprinkles, garbage.
So just nothing?
What do you mean nothing? There's plenty of other toppings. Give me crushed nuts. Great. Sprinkles, garbage.
Crushed nuts and sprinkles.
No, overkill. Don't need it.
If I got a boat of vanilla ice cream and the world is my oyster, all toppings are my oyster, and I can go nuts, I'm not going to have like the candy color-coded sprinkles.
Let me tell you, what
in
are
there,
you, 2? Let me tell you a little
into the
story.
whipped cream with a cherry on top. The way that the sprinkles fall on the whipped cream and stick in there, it looks good, it tastes good, a little crunch to them.
Just last night, I got home. My daughter has not been feeling well, so she couldn't go to camp this week. So she decided to do some baking with Mom. So I come home last night, and my daughter and my wife have made me something.
Mm-hmm.
That never happens. That I'm greeted with something as I walk in the door. It was beautiful.
Yeah, it felt nice.
They made a brownie, and it was a nice frosted brownie.
Yeah.
And they decorated the brownies, right? All different sorts of decorations.
Like how you do your Christmas cookies. No one is the same as the other.
So I'm sitting at the table after dinner, and Samantha says, can I get you a brownie? Which kind do you want? How do you want it decorated? I said, you surprise me. Bring me what you think that I want. So she brings me a nice frosted brownie. It's got some pretzel M&Ms on top of there.
Ooh.
A white buttercream frosting. Maybe a little streak of yellow just to break it up.
A little yellow?
Smiley face that she put on there. And she said, Dad, I didn't bring you any of them that I decorated with sprinkles because sprinkles suck.
Oh, my God.
And I said, you're damn right it sucks.
Oh, my God.
I've raised you right.
You're passing this on to another
That's
person.
right. That's right. And she looks at me also. She says, Dad, who on earth would put ketchup on a hot dog? And I said, a lunatic would. That's right. Sprinkles and ketchup for lunatics.
I got respect.
Lunatics.
Hey, look, I have a lot of respect for putting ketchup on the back burner. I don't think it makes you an absolute lunatic if you want a line of ketchup on a hot dog.
I'd go right to jail.
But I'll tell you,
no parole.
There was a place that I frequented when Sarah and I were living in Raleigh, where we met, or where we got married. Excuse me, we met at KU.
Where you first
forgot my own story.
Intercourse.
First did it, yes. Where we made our boy. That's what happened.
He's a good,
Raleigh.
clean,
He's good
Raleigh
and
boy.
clean. Yeah,
you thought of naming him Raleigh.
Cal Raleigh, not Jack Hall. No. So, hot dog place there. A lot of respect for this. They didn't do much other than the hot dogs. It's their establishment. It's a tiny little place. They get their hot dogs shipped to them from Michigan because the factory in Carolina closed down. They wanted to keep getting the same hot dogs. What you get there is absolutely no ketchup. They don't even have it in the shop. If they catch you bringing in ketchup packets, you'll be banned for life. They do mustard, onion, chili, slaw. That's the toppings.
That's quite the dog.
And you're recommended to get all of those because then you have a full-on, all-the-way Carolina-style dog. You want to be in the good graces, that's what you get. And then they have glass bottles of Coke and Diet Coke. That's it. So I get 3 of those
What do you mean
puppies.
that's it? Like you can get a French fry?
No, there's no fries.
No onion ring?
Nope, no onion ring. It's just a small little...
That's what I think of that.
What the hell?
If you're serving a dog, you got to give me a fry or a ring. It's got to be law.
No fry, no
Gotta
ring.
be law. At least a bag of chips?
Bag of chips.
Okay.
That's it. Nothing else made, though. Nothing put in a fry or anything. It's just the flat top grill for cooking the dogs.
What does a 17-year-old... I'm going to get to this tease eventually, Rhyme Time. See, this is how you don't do radio. Look at this young whippersnapper over there about to be a father. Yeah. I'm telling you how to not do things in life. Watch me. What does a 17-year-old and a dentist have in common? I'm going to tell you coming up next. Common Man and Timmy on the Fan.
Fan Traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
You're looking at some stop-and-go traffic. That's going to cause a 15-minute delay on eastbound 33 between 270 and North High Street, and that's on the East Outer Belt. And there's a couple minutes slowdown on westbound 670 between Grandview Avenue and I-70. This report is sponsored by Erie Insurance, celebrating 100 years of protecting your family's most priceless moments. Then, now, always. Erie Insurance. ErieInsurance.com. That's ErieInsurance.com. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Hey there, friends. Bo Bishop here, and so are the summer savings at RCD RV. Don't miss RCD RV's summer kickoff sale running June 7th through the 21st. New RVs starting as low as $12,995. Now's the time to make a splash this summer. Hurry in. Those deals will not last long. Find unbeatable savings, unforgettable fun, and everything you need to hit the road at RCDRV.com. Visit our locations, Delaware, Heath, and Pataskala, or shop online anytime at RCDRV.com.
When life is on hold due to a painful injury or condition, every day counts. Start the path to recovery now with Central Ohio's most trusted team of orthopedic experts. Start with orthopedic1.com.
This summer, elevate your backyard barbecue game with Napoleon Grills from Billiards Plus in Dublin. Experience the power of Napoleon's infrared sizzle zone, reaching up to 1,800 degrees in just 30 seconds for that perfect steakhouse sear. Stay connected with the Napoleon Home app. Monitor up to 3 temperature probes, all from your smartphone. Built to last with premium steel, the grilling season never ends with Napoleon Grills from Billiards Plus. Visit Billiards Plus on Dublin Center Drive in Dublin and transform your patio into a gourmet grilling paradise.
Come into your local AAA Car Care Plus and save $40 on any repair of $150 or more. Only at AAA Car Care Plus locations. And on the plus side, AAA members save more. Offer valid through June 30th. See store for details.
When you're starting a home improvement project, a few big questions always come up. Who can I trust? Will they be there if something goes wrong? And lastly, how much is this going to cost me? At Newman Roofing, we've been answering those questions for over 30 years. As a family-owned and operated company that takes pride in every aspect of the job, with family members involved in each department of the company, we treat your home like it's our own. That means clear communication, no shortcuts, and a white glove experience from start to finish. And when it comes to cost, we get it. That's why we offer flexible financing options so you can get the quality your home needs at a price that works for your budget. Don't just take our word for it. With over 700 five-star reviews on Google, families across Central Ohio are sharing their Newman Roofing experience. For roofing, siding, and gutter solutions built around family, call Newman Roofing today at 614-NEW-ROOF. That's 614-NEW-ROOF, or visit online at newmanroofing.com. Don't just get a new roof, get a Newman roof.
Hi, I'm Mandy. I'm one of the at-home coaches with Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Honestly, I think the thing I hear the most is I didn't realize how easy it was. That first weekly they come in, they're like, oh my gosh, I already noticed that I'm not as bloated in my face or in my abdomen, or I've been sleeping better. I've been waking up with so much more energy. I don't need my coffee throughout the day. They're coming in a month or two later and they're like, hey, like my doctor said I need to lower my meds. I'm losing a ton of inches on my waist. I'm buying new pant sizes. And we're looking at scale. We're like, yeah, your visceral fat's down again. That's fantastic. And we're celebrating all of these wins. And then we talk about, okay, next step. Let's talk about how to maintain it. This isn't over. This is just the next stage. That's what your health coach is there for.
Thanks, Mandy. This is Scotty Vegas. Easy weight loss with results that actually last. With Awaken 180 Weight Loss, you will succeed and you'll enjoy the process. Online at awaken180weightloss.com.
This summer, Giant Eagle is making a big splash with the Carefree Summer Sweepstakes and your chance to win free groceries for a year. This June, just spend $10 or more shopping for backyard barbecues, road trip essentials, campfire treats, and everything in between. Then swipe your loyalty card for your chance to win. Only at Giant Eagle. No purchase necessary. Sweepstakes ends 6/30/25. For official rules, visit GiantEagleCarefreeSweeps.com.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. Summer is officially here, and that means rising temperatures. You're going to be thinking about how you can keep cool all summer long. What's the best plan here? Well, one of the ways you can beat the heat and keep the air conditioning you're paying for in your home is to get Window Nation's energy-efficient vinyl windows. And now's a great time to do it. They've got a semi-annual sale where you buy 4 windows, you get 4 windows for free. Plus a free entry door when you purchase a whole house full of windows. No money down, no interest, no monthly payments until 2027. It's a deal that can't be beat. You're getting a great deal from Window Nation because they are high-efficiency windows that are also very affordable. They do that by working directly with the top window manufacturers in the country, which means all their windows are assembled right here in the USA. But don't wait on that semi-annual sale. You buy 4 windows, you get 4 windows free. Free entry door when you purchase a house full of windows, plus pay nothing until 2027. You've got to schedule your estimate today. Call 866-90NATION or visit windownation.com. Once again, that number, 866-90NATION or windownation.com.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. Sports Center.
Good afternoon. I'm Paul Keels. Ohio State announcing some changes to their way down the road future non-conference schedules, adding Navy and Youngstown State in 2029 and moving Nevada from that year to the following season, 2030. NHL Stanley Cup Finals begin tonight. Florida Panthers in Edmonton to face the Oilers in a rematch from last year's championship. Pittsburgh Penguins have hired Dan Moose as their new head coach. He'd been an assistant with the New York Rangers. Cincinnati Reds lost at home today to Milwaukee 9-1. Cleveland Guardians continue their series in New York with the Yankees. Columbus Clippers at home with Toledo tonight. And according to reports, Phoenix Suns are going to hire Cleveland Cavaliers assistant Jordan Ott as their next head coach. This update brought to you by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Great to have goals, even better to have experts help you attain those goals. Experts in weight loss. Awaken180weightloss.com. Breaking sports news when it happens on The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Number one pizza expert and the number 4 college basketball expert at the radio station.
Just from looking at your clothes and weight, I can tell you all watch a lot of free network television.
This is Man and Timmy.
Fish has handed me the plug sheet for tomorrow. What a plug sheet it is. Paul Feinbaum. He is the Pied Piper of the Hillbillies. He will be on Bishop and Friends at 10:30. At 2:30 tomorrow on Rothman and Ice, it is Golden Shower Thursday. Warren Sapp and his sweaty ass. He needs a shower. My God.
Not Super Bowl champion. That's the sweaty ace of Warren Sapp.
He will also yell at prostitutes in a hotel lobby during the interview. He's known for doing that.
All of it. All those things. And we got Too Hot with Teddy when he's back here tomorrow.
That's right.
At 4:30 tomorrow.
What Teddy's eating today. He missed the pizza because Fish has brought in pizza for us because he felt bad because he ignored our meetings and didn't give us sandwiches earlier today.
That was a hell of a day of meetings for Fish. I mean, I was taxed just with the one.
He's the boss.
And then there was going to be another one. We were going to go from 11 to noon and then have another one at 1, which we didn't have to go through with today, but it worked out for the best. I got my putter back. Tito took it earlier, brought it back already. I said, why do you have to bring it back today? You're going to be in the building tomorrow morning. That's here. We got 2 large pizzas from JT's. Turned out to be pretty good.
Can I let you in on a little secret? You know this, but I mean the listeners. About 5-6 years ago, I had a little run as the boss here at the radio station.
Boss man.
You know? And then I realized, man, do I hate meetings. Like, I just can't. I'd be called into these meetings and nothing would be accomplished. And I'm not used to that. I'm used to, you got something to do, we got something to fix, let's do it, let's fix it. We would have meetings about the next meeting and then a meeting about this meeting. And I couldn't take it anymore. I said, I quit. I will just go back to being pee-pee poo-poo guy on the radio. That's my entire job. I cannot do meetings anymore.
Are you surprised that it rolled that way for you? Because being in this chair, in this job, and I know like there's been a lot of examples throughout the history of sports radio where an afternoon show host might pick up like the sports director tab, where he might handle a couple of other duties around the station, a couple other assignments. I mean, I am the assistant program director, so I handle some of the clerical things, schedules, staffing.
You get Fish's
FM, AM
coffee.
Schedules. Yes, I get
him some coffee.
I get the Keurig cups, and I put them, by flavor. And
Fish, what kind of coffee would you like?
Yeah.
Whether cream in your coffee?
We've got the dark, we've got the medium roast, we've got the light roast.
That's a mocha
We've got
Java.
the breakfast blend is a nice choice. We've even got the Krispy Kreme flavored coffee. That's nice. Because sometimes you go to the Krispy Kreme and they don't even have donuts for you. But maybe you can come to work and have a coffee that's flavored like one. So no, I know I was surprised 6 years ago when you took that on.
I thought I could do it. I thought I would challenge myself.
What did you think? Did you expect to do that continuously forever, or would be a little period of time?
Here's what I thought.
Switch off of it?
I thought that I would have no one to answer to but myself, which to a certain point that was true, but, and this is gonna sound bad. Stick with me for a second. I also realized that I was responsible for all the other shows. Okay, and I'm still hosting my show. at this point. I mean, I'm still on 3 to 6 every single day. It's not like I stopped doing that.
And it's mentally taxing to be, because you don't stop thinking about it.
I care about the overall sound of the radio show, but when it comes to each individual show, I don't have the energy to care. I really don't.
And therein,
that's the problem.
There's your answer.
That's right.
You can't be the program
director. You
director.
can't be the boss if you don't care about any other show but your own.
It's got to all matter.
And I recognized that about myself, and I said, I don't want to do this anymore.
I don't remember you having meetings from your level on down, but then again, you can't control the meetings going the other way. When it's to
I never held
GM
meetings.
Ownership.
I'd rather walk up to somebody's desk or go in somebody's office and have a conversation, and that's the meeting. But I would have meetings with the sales director. I'd have meetings with the general manager. I'd have meetings with Skip, because Skip runs the Ohio News Network, and these department head meetings and meetings upon meetings and meetings about meetings. And do you want sandwiches at meetings? Have a meeting to figure out what you're going to order at the next meeting for lunch. I wanted to kill myself.
Well, I know that we're not getting sandwiches at the meetings, so they can save those. But there's too many meetings.
And then I went to Platinum Fox
sandwiches because there were
after
too
about
many today.
16 months, and I said one of two things is going to happen. I continue doing this, and I eventually kill myself, or I stop and I just be the guy on the radio that you want me to be. He accepted my resignation.
I accept. I take it.
All right, what does a 17-year-old have in common with a dentist? They have both qualified for the U.S. Open. 17-year-old Mason Howell from Thomasville, Georgia. He is a golf phenom. He's going to be one of the youngest competitors at the tournament. He first picked up a golf club at the age of 3. Began competing in tournaments by 6. And now he's in the U.S. Open.
It's pretty cool.
He's a high school junior. His message to young athletes is keep working hard, and dreams really do come true. All right.
He's got his whole golfing life ahead of him, this young man.
And I'm going to be the guy that's like, all right, I hate these fairy tales. I really do. It's like, if you work hard enough, you can do anything. Can I tell you something? It's wrong. It's wrong, and we shouldn't be peddling it to kids because it's unreasonable. There are some times where you can work as hard as you can, but you still can't accomplish something.
Okay, so do you want to just cut it at keep working hard? Where's the tagline ends?
Keep working hard.
Stop with the dreaming, all right? Just work hard.
This is why I say to my daughter,
get as much as you can out of this life.
You lollygag and get an A-, I'm pissed off. But if you work your ass off and get a C+, I got no problem with you.
Yes.
We sometimes we just can't do everything. Sometimes if you, I hate this about sports sometimes, because you look at a crappy roster of guys and you say, you know, we need somebody to come in and fire these guys up. Because the personality of the coach or manager, that's going to be the thing to push them over the edge.
Right. We got the
get
culture. We got the culture in this room. We just need them to be motivated the right way. Sometimes you just might not have the skills.
I had a quote. I had somebody tell me this quote one time, and I loved it. Sometimes when you fire up crap, all you get is warm crap. Sometimes
that could be the result.
That's
right?
life.
Yeah.
Anyway, good for the 17-year-old. He's achieving his dream. Also a dentist.
What about his story? Because this is a little bit different. He's 34 years old. He's from McCordsville, Indiana, and his story kind of proves that it's never too late to get something accomplished. Now, obviously, he's got to be a really, really, really good golfer in the first place.
You just got to work really hard. All you dentists out there, just neglect your job and your wife and your family and go out there and hit the links, and maybe one day you can be like Kyle McCord or whoever he is.
There's no way that he was able to do this without his wife being extremely pissed off at him to some extent for missing a lot of mornings, evenings, taking some days off of work. I mean, the kind of work on your game that it takes to qualify for a U.S. Open, it's insane. But honestly, congratulations. I don't want to poo-poo on either of these guys' accomplishments. A 17-year-old kid, he's going to be around. I feel more impressed with a 34-year-old dentist, an active dentist who honestly is saying nights, weekends, all around working. He's trying to hone his game and sharpen his skills so he could do this. The U.S. Open's going to be at Oakmont. It's one of the great venues in golf. That's right outside of Pittsburgh. Next Thursday. Reimer, I'm sure you're going to go, right? Like you seem to go to every major championship now. Will you be there?
I do not have tickets for this one, no.
No? Well, you just got back from Quail Hollow.
That's right. I went down to Charlotte.
Just one major per year. Is that it?
Yeah.
All right.
Let me ask you this. So this dentist, I mean, he's proudly saying that there are many nights where he sleeps like 2 hours a night so he can get all this stuff done. He's seeing patients. He's working on golf. He's got other things to do.
Yeah, running on minimal sleep.
I mean, is that something you want your dentist to admit? Hi, I got to drill into your tooth really close to this root. By the way, I slept 90 minutes last night.
That's the
because I was working on my short. I was working on my short game. What are we talking about?
You never know when you're getting that dentist or that doctor.
Like the pilot walking on the plane is like, whoa, man, did I do it to myself last night?
Denzel Washington pilot.
It was up all night long. Ric Flair came over.
John Goodman was bringing him the bags of cocaine the night before. Have you ever wondered?
Okay to fly this plane?
Have you ever wondered though if your pilot is piloting for the first time, like on the commercial jet?
They don't do that.
What do you mean they don't? I don't mean it was the first time he flew, but eventually, you're right.
Anything, I guess
it has to be the first time you're in the left chair on a commercial jet. Like,
as the main guy.
Yes.
You've been the first officer. You've done that.
I would imagine you have to do lots of co-pilots, but eventually it's going to be your controls for the first time. And that's terrifying. That really is.
I will say something positive about Burger King coming up next. And if you know me, if you've listened to the show, you know I have nothing to say positive about Burger King, but I will do it next. Common Man and Timmy on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
You're looking at a 25-minute delay due to an accident that's blocking 2 lanes on westbound 33 between North High Street and Gender Road. And traffic is moving a little slow on westbound 670 between 71 and 3rd Street. This report is sponsored by Experience Columbus. Can a city with the #3 best zoo and the #1 science museum really be as good as it sounds? Yes, Columbus. Discover the world-class attractions in your backyard at experiencecolumbus.com/summer. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
With rates as low as 8.99% APR, now is the perfect time to save your summer with a debt consolidation loan from BMI Federal Credit Union. Visit bmifcu.org/consolidate.
I think I just wrote the song of the summer. Listen.
That's just you drinking a big gulp from Speedway.
And just 89 cents for any size with Speedy Rewards? That's a hit. The convenience stores of Speedway. Valid through 6/24/25. See app for full terms.
Everyone has that one goal. That thing they want to prove. Not to other people, but to themselves. Then, right when you think you could actually do it, cancer. And that goal is still within reach. Oh no, I'm about to run my first ever marathon with my 2 best friends. 3 years after having cancer.
At least we look good in these shorts.
Woo! Let's get it, guys. You, keep making plans.
Visit ohiohealth.com/keepmakingplans to learn more.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. Spring is here, and it's time to refresh your yard with Ohio Mulch. With 15 convenient locations in Central Ohio, it's easier than ever to get your mulch ready for the season. Need it delivered? No problem. Save $50 on home delivery when you order online. Whether it's mulch, soil, or even stone, we've got your yard covered. Visit ohiomulch.com today and spruce up your garden with the best.
Ohio Mulch, landscape supply, greener, greener, better.
Hollywood Casino Columbus is bringing the funny this summer. Tiffany Haddish takes the mic on Friday, July 18th with the Funny and Fearless Tour. Then Dion Cole Live hits the stage Friday, September 5th for a night of nonstop laughs. 2 comedy icons, 2 unforgettable nights. Get your friends, grab a drink, and get ready to laugh all night long. Big names, big laughs, only at Hollywood Casino Columbus. Tickets available at Ticketmaster. Visit HollywoodColumbus.com for more details. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-589-9966.
Sometimes I hear a sparkling sound.
Like when we say, all you have to do is point?
There it is.
That's the sound of magic happening.
Magic like we can come the day you call us? Wow.
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK or visit 1-800-GOT-JUNK.com.
Hey, it's Anthony. Comfort is king. We all strive for it, but life gets in the way. You know that.
And oh, my aching feet is not just a cliche. That's why the Good Feet store, in my opinion, has the best arch support solutions engineered to help you and me live the life we love without pain. For more than 30 years, they've taken great pleasure in helping thousands discover the comfort they've been dreaming of. I'm a customer. I have their 3-step system put right into all my shoes. They support, balance, and strengthen my feet and really guide them right into their ideal position. Every step I take, every move I make, I get relief. Not from the song, although I love that, but from my personally fit arch supports from the Good Feet store. Your free fitting is designed to help them understand you, your pain, and your discomfort, your personalized system. You'll walk out wearing your new arch supports hassle-free and begin living the life you love without pain. The Good Feet store on Stringtown Road in Grove City or Polaris Parkway. Learn more at goodfeet.com.
Did you know that the ESPN Bet Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus is the official sportsbook of Common Man and Timmy? And did you know that man shaves his pits? True story.
Listen weekdays at 3.
The Fan.
Hi, I'm Josie. My daughter turns 5 today. Blow out the candles. I'm also an Ohio State Highway Patrol trooper. When you move over and slow down, you're not only giving me room to work, you're making sure I can get home to celebrate with my daughter.
Roadside workers have lives and families, but when they're on the job, they put it all on the line to protect and serve us. When you see flashing lights, remember, they're not just roadside workers. Thank you for moving over and slowing down.
Brought to you by ODOT, USDOT, NHTSA, and ODPS.
Are you in need of basic dental treatment but can't afford the cost? There may be a solution. Hi, I'm Dr. Hal Jeter, president of the Ohio Dental Association, and I'm excited to tell you about a program called Dental Options. Dental Options is a partnership between the Ohio Dental Association and the Ohio Department of Health in which qualifying patients can be paired with a dentist to receive discounted or even free dental care. Eligibility for the program is based on your financial situation. For more information or to apply, call 1-888-765-6789.
With Amazon Business, smart business buying tools enable buyers to find and purchase items fast. Free up your teams and focus on your future. Learn more at amazonbusiness.com.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Windy and warm on this Wednesday and dry. Temperatures in the upper 80s as we go through tonight. Will be humid by your Thursday morning, but dry. Temperatures in the upper 60s. Scattered showers and perhaps a thunderstorm mainly later in the day Thursday with highs in the low to mid 80s. With your 10 weather impact forecast, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jerry Martz on The Fan.
ESPN Bet Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus is the official sportsbook of Common Man and Timmy. Weekdays at 3. The Fan.
Their favorite basketball players are Leaky Black and Grady Dick.
That is childish nonsense.
You're listening to Common Man and Timmy.
This dumb show brought to you by... Why are you rubbing your breast? The Hinderer Motor Company. Hold on. Let me say it clean. The Hinderer Motor Company. I just look over and Timmy is rubbing his nipple. What is happening to you?
I didn't mean to interrupt the show sponsor, Reed. They're good guys, the Hinderer Motor Company. But we played a little mid-show pong. It wasn't the pong. Like, people are always asking when I pull something or am not feeling well on a certain day. Like, my mom's always asking me, how'd you do that? How did you do this? I don't have an answer. I just say I'm being. I lived a day. That's what I did. I just turned the wrong way, and no one's ever had like that shooting, stinging pain that just goes from their chest under like their armpit. Just felt like it's the early signs of a heart attack.
I was going to say it's called a heart attack.
It's called a heart
Is it radiating down your arms?
No, it's not. You just get these. Like, you don't get the totally different, but I get it almost every night. When your toes just curl up into a claw down there, and then you're not flexible enough to even reach down and
Are you in the middle of some
toes?
sensual delights when this happens?
No, we don't.
You're curling my toes
we
to me.
We don't have toe curling intercourse. No, it's not that good.
I started it, and I'm sorry I did, because I never want to hear you say that again. That's banned. It's banned from the show.
Banned. It's just the town in Pennsylvania.
I understand. How many people live in Intercourse, Pennsylvania? Big throbbing metropolis?
Throbbing.
What do you think?
Speaking of, there's a town
Will you please look up the population of Intercourse, Pennsylvania?
Let's say 42,000.
42,000? You're out of your mind. I'm going to say
4,200.
I'm going to say 1,500.
What about Blue Ball,
Bingo.
Pennsylvania?
What is it? 1,500?
Is it 1,500?
Oh, yeah.
1,500.
1,506. I was
Let's
right
see.
on the money.
Let's see about
Bullseye with the Intercourse.
That was as of 2023.
All right. 2006. Or I'm sorry.
Let's see.
1,506.
What do you think about Blue Ball, Pennsylvania? How many people live there?
That's a real place?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. 2 words, Blue Ball, Pennsylvania.
900.
1,095.
I'm
pretty
good
good.
at this game.
Tiny Pennsylvania towns. You're an expert.
I'm good at this.
Because he's
Jim
living
Thorpe.
here in Allentown.
Not tiny.
Jim Thorpe,
Jim Thorpe, Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania. Arnold Palmer, Pennsylvania. Latrobe, Pennsylvania. Also, Rolling Rock Beer.
Hershey,
Pennsylvania.
They got a lot of stupid names in Pennsylvania. They really do.
They certainly do. Hershey, Pennsylvania is where Wilt Chamberlain had his 100-point game. And I always remember Beanie Wells tried to tell me that game never happened.
Why?
It's just on the sheet of paper.
Because there was no film of it?
Apparently there's not. Like, there's radio broadcasts, but I mean, shocking that there was just a game once upon a time, way back in the day, that they didn't film, that wasn't televised.
Well, I understand
holding up a
that,
sheet of
but-
paper with 100 on it. That's easy for anybody to do. Man, that
it was
Wilt.
all made up.
Just made up.
All made up.
It's not like he didn't average 50 points per game and 30 rebounds
that was
per
made
game
up too. Nobody saw
for an
it.
entire season.
I'd have something nice to say about Burger King. Mikhail Baker? Mikhail? He graduated from high school, and right after the ceremony, he ran over to work an emergency shift at his place of employment, which happens to be a Burger King.
What's an emergency shift?
I guess somebody else had called off, and they called him to say, can you cover so-and-so's shift?
Like,
And he
we're,
said,
we're short and we're going into rush hour time.
It's Whopper crazy over here right now.
A lot of places that I go to, they just don't seem to staff anybody to begin with. And they don't care.
You need more employees like this.
You do. You
All
really
right, so
do.
he rushed over there in his cap and gown.
Wow.
So he ran right there. He worked his shift. This became a thing on the internet. And when Burger King corporate got a hold of this information, they gifted him a $10,000 scholarship.
Nice.
So congratulations to Burger King. It's very nice. You got to wonder why it wasn't a little bit more than $10K, but it's all right.
Right.
It's all right.
Put another zero on the end of that.
Yeah, why not?
Hook up the guy's entire college scholarship. No, it's a nice gesture. I will say, in all seriousness, stories like that do make me happy, because nobody is making you work, right? Like, you can complain, you can not be happy. I hear a lot of people whenever I get into, in-depth conversations about what I think great service looks like, what I feel great customer service is like, which we know there are several establishments out there that are good at maintaining certain standards. And a lot of people say to me, "Oh, what do you expect them to be like? They're there making you a sandwich, or they're there handing you hamburgers. You expect them to be happy?" And I would say, "Well, I don't really, I'm not going to tell them what their mood is supposed to be on a given day, but I'd like to think if you're showing up for work, you will just try to, at the very least, have a good attitude about what you're doing. Or else just don't work. Nobody's making you do it. It's a good, clean boy
you
right
do need
there.
to buy food and live.
Not when you're in high school and still living with mom and dad.
Well, it's something
you're
the
learning
gas
some
money.
things.
The girls need to make money to go buy the underwear that they wear for clothes.
I'm sorry, what did you say? I thought they were called panties.
That's banned, too. Banned.
Good.
Don't give me that John Waters panties look ever again.
Good.
Well, I just saw this part of the story, too. So Burger King gave this dude $10,000, but there was a customer there that saw this dude, running in his graduation outfit and working and helping out. She put up a GoFundMe for this dude's college expenses. And as of now, it's got $190,000.
Whoa!
So we got the $10,000 from Burger King and $190,000.
It's the kind of money, it's the economy. It should be able to
Joe Biden's here. How you doing, Prez?
Well, how are you supposed to afford We're minimum wage. Sure, raise it, not that much. We've got to learn principles, good family principles.
This person has principles, Mr. President. He showed up to work. He worked hard. He wasn't in it for the glory. He happened to receive glory.
Well, gonna try.
You know what he did? He probably went to that big Herbie and Urban thing that they had at the arena.
Wow.
And now he's got money.
Little Jimmy, little Sally need to be able to make a competitive wage. GoFundMe accounts. Great people, Americans helping each other out. That's what we want to see. Thank you, Burger King.
What about Hell, Michigan? How many people you think live in Hell, Michigan? That's a real place.
That's small, too, then. That's going to be small.
Small?
2,000.
Less.
Hell.
I go less than 1,000 people. Rhyme time?
I am seeing 72.
Oh, my God. It's just
72 people.
72.
See, if there's any justice in
That's
the
a
world,
town?
there's 666 people live in hell.
Yeah.
Come on.
That's a good one, the 3 6s.
3 6s. Spielman.
Yes.
How you doing, 3 6?
How about that skull on your chest?
Oh, you like it?
That's a few 6s.
I got my gaudy gold chain on, my skull. This is 2 pounds. My neck hurts. My neck hurts. I feel like Flava Flav wearing a clock.
If you guys check us out on YouTube today, he's got this ridiculous, it's not even an amulet, it's a skull. It's an actual skull. It's almost life-size.
I do this. Look, I never thought I'd be at this point. You know, you start your profession hoping to gain the respect of your colleagues and carve out an audience for yourself and provide a nice home for your future family. They were just a gleam in my eye. Glimmer? Glint?
Nothing but a glint in his eye.
Whatever. When I first started and thought I was building my reputation, here I am, 45 years old, wearing gaudy skull necklaces and Bret Hart wraparound sunglasses.
And faux leather
all
jackets.
For the amusement of you idiots on YouTube. I've become a prostitute, essentially.
It's a pretty nice watch you got on there, too, today.
You like that one?
It's a pretty one. What's that called?
This?
Yeah.
It's the GMT.
Ooh.
GMT Master.
GMC. Good engine.
Not GMC.
No, that's
and not
different.
DMC, DeLorean Motor Company.
Would you drive a DeLorean?
Oh, back in the day, that was my dream.
Dream car was
my dream
silver DeLorean.
Was to be old enough to afford a DeLorean.
What are those
things?
things?
And then I grew up and realized
it's a bad
dream.
Car. Mess you up. Are those things still just crazy expensive, all because of Back to the Future? Do they still have
I don't know.
That hot
It
item?
used to be that you could, the DeLorean Motor Company still made parts, I think in Houston, Texas or somewhere. And they would refurbish old DeLoreans. You can buy one from them. And it used to be like 40 grand. Now, this was 25 years ago.
Yeah.
I don't know if they still do that or what the price is.
There's got to be a group or a club out there of people that have.
Back when I was a young boy, that was my dream. Boy's dream.
Thank you, Dave. I got central heating.
And that's all right.
Missed the show. It was last week.
The state of Ohio is about to become a tourist mecca. I'm going to tell you why in 2 minutes. Common Man and Timmy on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
We've got a 5-minute delay on northbound 71 on the north side between East Broad Street and 11th Avenue. And there's a 20-minute slowdown on eastbound 33 from Refugee Road to North High Street. This report is sponsored by Put-in-Bay Chamber of Commerce and Tourism Bureau. Look out for Put-in-Bay, the island getaway you've been waiting for. Be it a day or a weekend, you can enjoy all sorts of shops, dining, and entertainment. Plan your perfect trip today at visitputinbay.com. Put-in-Bay, an everyday island getaway. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by RCD RV Supercenter in Heath, Delaware, and Pataskala, or at rcdrv.com.
He shoots, he scores! It's a great time of year to be a fan, but the fun stops when you or a loved one can't control your gambling. Maryhaven is here to help with in-person, virtual, and group options. Learn more at maryhaven.com.
It's Leslie from Pella Columbus.
I'm Wilson from that other window place.
Wilson, I got the nicest Google review today. Dewey from Gahanna said, "We cannot believe we are able to get the Pella look and quality at the cost we did."
I got a review too. Listen to this. These windows were great. Oh, boy. For about a year. Looks like I'll need to renew, in quotes for some reason, my window's way too soon. Repeat customer?
Get the window that homeowners rated the leading window brand in Columbus at PellaColumbus.com.
We've discovered the perfect morning ritual, the 2 for $6 breakfast sandwich deal at Tim Hortons. Every sandwich is made to order with a freshly cracked egg and melty cheese, just the way breakfast should be. Choose between savory sausage or hickory smoked bacon, served on a toasted English muffin or flaky biscuit. There's no wrong way to mix and match this tasty deal. 2 breakfast sandwiches, just $6. Perfect. Only at your neighborhood Tim Hortons. At participating U.S. restaurants, single item at regular menu price. Modifications and tax extra. Exclusions and additional terms apply.
Spring showers revealing roofing or siding issues? Trust the pros at Newman Roofing for expert care, white glove service, and quality you can count on. Schedule your estimate today and take advantage of special financing options. Call 614-NEW-ROOF or visit newmanroofing.com today.
Common Man and Timmy is sponsored by Hinderer Motorsports. Listen every weekday from 3 to 6. They're good, clean boys. The Fan.
One watches QVC religiously. The other studies Paige Spirinak's golf swing. This is Man and Timmy.
All right, man. So you said it. We are apparently about to get something really, really cool here in Ohio.
Really nice.
Oh, this is just going to be a real nice surprise.
Well, you have, the Disney in California and Orlando and Universal and SeaWorld. They still have SeaWorld, or is that just wrong?
I thought people hate SeaWorld.
I don't know.
Like, we're getting after SeaWorld.
You got the floppy dorsal
bad
fin,
treatment.
right? Floppy fin, bad?
I don't know.
Isn't that the whole thing with the orcas
when the fin curls, they've been treated badly?
I don't know.
Is that what it is? Maybe you might be onto something with
I don't know
that.
to tell you. I don't know if Busch Gardens.
There's a thing with the
around?
fins. Busch Gardens is wonderful.
But we
got Tampa and Williamsburg, Virginia.
We need a thing. I know we got Kings Island and Cedar Point, but we really need to go out and make Ohio a vacation destination. This whole Ohio, the heart of it all. That's stupid. That's a dumb slogan. It says nothing.
We need something like Ohio, America's home for serial killer themed restaurants.
Could be that.
That's what we need.
Or Ohio, prostitution legal.
Let's go.
Come on down. You thought Windsor, Canada was a big pile of cess? Well, come on down here.
Is it legal in Windsor, Canada?
Yes, it is.
I know that the casino is there.
I went to Windsor with a buddy of mine, also in the radio business, many years ago, and he was talking this big game about how we're going to Windsor, we're going to gamble, and he's going to get a prostitute.
And you're just going to see how that goes.
Like, you want in on this? I said, no, I don't want in on your prostitute, you disgusting pig. So,
you idiot.
He's talking a big game about this. So the next morning I see him. I say, hey, did you get your prostitute?
How was it?
Here in Windsor? Yeah, I got her. He chickened out and just sat on the bed and talked to her for like 2 hours.
Stop.
Big loser.
That's an expensive conversation.
No kidding.
Right?
No kidding.
You could have just had a nice chat with us.
What strain of herpes do you have? Anyway.
Do you find this line of work interesting?
Are you in it because you really like it or because you're just addicted to drugs? Or you lived in a horrible household?
Ouch. So let's move off of that.
Right,
let's table that one. Let's go back to restaurants that are themed after serial killers, because that seems much more wholesome. That seems like there's an area where we can win, right? Where you're trying to, there was a certain point in time where the folks at Kings Island and Cedar Point said, this is, we're not filling a certain need for our citizens here. Why should they have to travel all over the place when we can build great roller coasters and give you great family fun right here in your own backyard?
Absolutely.
They took advantage of something, an open marketplace. Nate Thompson, good old nasty Nate. He is a horror filmmaker, and he's opening a horror museum, restaurant, and bar in a former funeral home up in Gallion. Am I saying it right? Is it Gallion? Am I getting the pronunciation right?
Yeah,
Jacob Reimer, you're a good old Ohio boy. The museum is going to offer ghost hunts. It's going to have themed horror events. I guess
horror.
Yeah.
Horror.
I
know.
will
We
admit.
struggle with that. And in fairness, I just was talking about horrors. So it's not like, that's unprecedented. They never talk about that. I was just 2 minutes ago talking about prostitutes.
So admission is going to be just $10 per person. $6
You don't mind
for
if you have a look around.
$6 for children.
For children, for the serial killer. You see the horror?
We'd like to take you by our Dahmer exhibit. It's right this way. You could take a look in that chest freezer right there.
What he would do
See if
is
there's anything you would like.
He would have sex with the good, clean boys, which we don't have a problem with. But then he would kill them and eat them, which we do have a problem with.
Oh my gosh!
Even though if you're going to kill, the thing that, again, killing bad. But if you're going to, if you must, I think the proper thing to do is to eat. Because then at least it's substance. You're at least, that's farm to table, baby.
You want to be clear. You want to stress.
It's
can't
bad.
do it in the first place.
Don't do it.
But if you do it,
yes,
you may as well
just leave
get
it
a
on the
good
side
meal.
of the road. That's appalling.
I mean, why do we put our bodies back into the ground so they can make that grass green, right? Just fill that earth
Worm
with
food.
nutrients. Yes.
That's the old saying.
Yes.
Oh, you're worm food.
Right.
You can at least be food for someone if you're going to die in a horrible way, which I do not recommend. Bad.
It says,
Don't do it.
It says that Nate is also a filmmaker. So he makes scary films, and he screens them in his hometown of Monroe, Michigan. So this is a Michigan guy.
This guy's from Michigan. He wants to open this down
This
here.
is a Michigan guy that wants to bring this kind of
smut
and filth. This is exactly why we've been banning this since 1969. Oh boy, what are we doing?
We don't have any good serial killers anymore.
What are you talking about?
Murderers have gotten lazy. It's just a bunch of spree killing and stuff like that. That's lazy. How about you pick them off one by one, you send little clues to the newspaper. That takes time.
What do you want, the Riddler to come back?
I'm just saying.
The Riddler was
Once upon a time, you had to take time and really put thought into your killing.
You had to get 17 different magazines. Maybe 17 was one of them, and you just got to cut out different letters and
zodiac symbols and clues and dogs talking to me on paper routes.
Oh my God!
All of it.
I know
it was
it wasn't
complicated.
Berkowitz.
It was complicated. Now it's too easy.
Yeah, it is.
It's a Kenny Chesney concert.
No.
We take some people out.
God.
No.
Oh. So you're going to go to this? You're going to go to it? You're going to check it out?
I'm not going to go to it.
The serial killer themed restaurant? He said it's got to have the right vibe. You know, he wanted, he's talking about how he wants to talk about this and like open it up at the Incarceration, which is at the Ohio State Reformatory in Mansfield, July 18 to 20.
The Shawshank.
That's the Shawshank prison. Victor Hovland and his friends and family, they like to visit that when he's here to play the Memorial Tournament. We learned that this last week. So, yeah, it's going to be up there in East and Galleon on 227 Harding Way.
Maybe we can do a remote there. Join us broadcasting live from the serial killer restaurant.
The museum is going to feature a standalone restaurant called The Last Meal.
Order the chicken fingers.
It's named because the menu features last meals requested by serial killers, including John Wayne Gacy.
Now, a little story about John Wayne Gacy.
KFC fried chicken and a pound of strawberries before he was put to death by lethal injection.
Greasy F.
He was bad.
I grew up in a place called Mount Prospect, Illinois. And Des Plaines was the next suburb over. And John Wayne Gacy did all his killing in his house in Des Plaines. And I would say to my mom, like when I was 7, hey, me and Johnny are going to go ride our bikes to the Gacy house. She'd be like, okay, be home at this time.
That's
obviously
what you did.
It was condemned. No one was living there. But it's like, hey, what do you want to do? How about we go ride our bikes past the house where he killed all those young boys? If you're
just something to look at,
Yeah,
you know?
just what are you gonna do?
That's the thing that was there. It's like going to a big rock, right? We had a big rock down by a creek.
What are you doing,
You
Bill?
had the Gacy house.
Yep.
Would you throw rocks at the windows?
Yeah, you just sort of look around and
like in It's a Wonderful Life.
Wonder
they go
which room he did his killing in.
All of them.
Then eventually they tore the house down, as you should.
Didn't he bury the bodies under the home?
under the home in the cellar.
It's more than 24 at The sick bastard did.
He was like a big community guy. He was a civic leader.
Of course. You think Gustavo Fring is just going to cook all that meth and that's the end of it? He's running a well-established chicken joint. He's given donations.
And John Wayne Gacy would have eaten there.
Gus was giving donations to the DEA. Now that's irony. The very DEA that would bust him.
John Wayne Gacy had all these pictures taken with professional, I want to say the First Lady of the United States.
Oh, did he?
Was that, who was Ford's wife?
Gerald Ford. Gerald Ford died
Gerald Ford
today.
mauled by wolves today.
Who is Mrs. Ford?
Betty Ford.
Betty.
How are we forgetting that? She founded the clinic.
Betty's a good, clean woman.
Now.
And then.
But before.
No, always.
Swinging from the chandelier.
No way. Not her. Her and Barbara, I bet, were great friends.
Think so?
Yeah, I bet they were.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I bet they were.
Throw some barbs at each other. Barbs throwing barbs.
Barbs. Bar.
Bad news for Santa. I got to tell you, Jacob, you picked a hell of a show to produce today. I'm hopped up on NyQuil and talking about everything. Just about everything. All right, bad news for Santa. That's coming up next. Common Man and Timmy on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
You're going to find traffic is slowing down due to an accident if you need to use Wilson Road at Brookside Boulevard. And keep an eye out for a disabled vehicle that's on northbound 71 on the south side after Greenlawn Avenue. This report is sponsored by Cordell & Cordell. Cordell & Cordell, Divorce and Family Law. Call 866-323-7529. That's 866-323-7529. Cordell & Cordell, a partner you can count on. CordellCordell.com. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health, where we've successfully treated thousands of men for low testosterone and helped them feel like their old selves again. Please take a moment and listen to how we help Billy.
Hi, I'm Billy Hatcher, a former professional baseball player, and I'm a patient at Tri-State Men's Health. Before I started the treatment, it was like my body was sore all the time, and I was feeling very, very sluggish. One day, I would be full of energy, and the next day was like, where did all my energy go? And since I've started, my body hasn't felt this good in a long time. I feel like, I'm not 21 to 25 again. It's just been great. I feel very, very comfortable coming here. When you have the energy, it's amazing. You get to do so many other things that you couldn't do prior to that. If you're tired of hurting in the mornings, you want to improve your health, you want to feel better, give a call to Tri-State Men's Health. I promise you, you will feel better.
Thanks, Billy. It's true. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com.
Going up. Prices keep going up these days. It feels like being on an elevator that only goes up. Going up. But not at Metro. We're pushing the down button. Going down. We've lowered prices. Get one line of 5G data for $40. Period. That's 20% lower. And you get a free Samsung 5G phone when you bring your number. Only at Metro.
5-year guarantee on eligible plans. Exclusions apply. See website for details. Not available at Metro with T-Mobile in the past 6 months. Tax applies.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. Guys, listen up. How many of you out there have been diagnosed with sleep apnea? Maybe your partner can't tolerate your snoring every night. You can't stand your CPAP machine. I totally get it. But the good news is there are alternatives to the CPAP machine. And Dr. Mark Levy is here to change your sleep and your life. Trust me, your spouse will thank you later. Dr. Mark Levy can customize an oral appliance that opens your airways, helps you breathe better, and of course, stops your snoring. That's the main point. It's quick and comfortable and an alternative to those bulky, loud CPAP machines you always hear about. For over 15 years, Dr. Mark Levy has led the way when it comes to treating snoring and sleep apnea, and now he's expanding his practice to better serve his patients with a brand new location in Marysville. I love Marysville. If you're snoring and not sleeping, you need to call Dr. Mark Levy's office today. Do not delay. Schedule your appointment today with Dr. Mark Levy at 1-800-MORE-SLEEP. That's 1-800-MORE-SLEEP. You can also visit him online at sleepbettercolumbus.com. And now, sleepbettermarysville.com too.
Breaking news coming in from Bet365, and it's no surprise. Same game parlay from Bet365 just keeps getting better.
Well, it's even easier to make a bet. Choose from the most popular markets like hits, run line, totals, and home runs. So many to choose from.
Download the app, start building your bet, and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio. T&Cs apply.
All your favorite and least favorite fan shows are available wherever you get your podcasts. Just type in 971 The Fan to the search bar and hit that subscribe button. It's free.
We're the land of the free and the home of the sunburnt, freckled fat guy.
Do it now.
If your garage door is so rusty that every time you open it you think, I should probably get a tetanus shot, we are Deluxe Door Systems. For 30 years, we've fixed crappy garage doors straightforward, honest, and for less than you think. DeluxeDoorSystems.com.
A healthy body needs good food. This summer, the Ohio Department of Education and Workforce is sponsoring Sun Meals, a summer food program where kids eat free. Children under 18 receive healthy meals and no sign-up is required. Locations may be right in your neighborhood. Call 1-866-348-6479 or visit education.ohio.gov/kidseat for meal locations and times. That's education.ohio.gov/kidseat.
Introducing Ice Cream Quakes from UDF. Big chunks of your favorite candies and cookies blended with real UDF ice cream. Made the way you want. Real creamy, real chunky, real. Ice Cream Quakes. New from United Dairy Farmers.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Patriot Air Comfort Systems and Bryant, doing whatever it takes to keep your home comfortable. The Fan.
The show you can feel deep down in your plums.
No! That is a bad place to touch. No. No.
This is Common Man and Timmy.
Name dropping with Jeff Rimmer coming up at 5:30. I forgot to text Rimmer today, and he just texted me in a panic. Don't worry.
Is he going to be okay?
He's all right. I just talked to him and his nurse. They're all good to go. She gave him the blue pill. He's ready. Former Michigan President Santa Ono. You thought it was going to be the Santa. No, it's this Santa. Santa Ono has been rejected by the University of Florida's Board of Governors as the university's next president. In what is normally a formality vote, the Board of Governors voted to reject Ono by a count of 10-6 Tuesday at a board meeting.
Yikes. So this is when you've already been given the job, technically. You're planning on... this is just being sworn in.
It's the first time in the Board of Governors' 20-year history that members have overturned a university's presidential selection. Ono had come under fire from conservative Florida politicians in the past month about his prior stances on diversity, equality, and inclusion programs and his handling of pro-Palestine protests, which spurred outrage from some university officials. All right, whatever. I just saw a story about Santa.
It's just Santa. It's just
Santa. Michigan man thought he was going to get a job. Now he's not.
Wasn't Jay Cutler from a Santa Claus, Indiana? Santa Claus, Indiana.
Yeah.
That's got to be the only Santa Claus in the U.S., right? Like that's not a... Like Springfield is a town that's in virtually every state.
Columbus. There's a lot of Columbuses.
Columbus, Georgia is actually a pretty big place. It's a pretty big sized town down there.
Let me ask you a question about Cooper Flag.
Yeah.
Let's try and
just veer it right to basketball right out of nowhere.
Into normalcy for a second. We were just talking about serial killers, and human flesh, and all that.
Santa Claus, Indiana. And what about Cooper Flag? I feel like Jiminy Glick. Cooper Flag.
I don't even pretend to know where I'm going anymore. So, back in the day, I'd be like, so I see this here about Cooper Flag.
Trying to segue.
Yeah, I'm speaking of Cooper Flag.
Speaking of flags,
going to be the number one pick in the draft and all likely. I don't know what kind of Mark Twain is here, ladies and gentlemen. Because I see people asking all these questions. You're the college basketball guy. I'm going to ask you. I know Cooper Flag is good, right? I can tell you he's good. I can tell you that his game translates well to the NBA. What I don't necessarily understand is fan bases debating this amongst themselves. Should we give up two of our superstar players to go out and acquire the number one pick and choose Cooper Flag? My question to you is, not is he going to be good in the NBA? Is he going to be so good that 10 years down the road, it's going to look like a no-brainer? Oh, of course you'd give up your two best players currently to get rights for Cooper Flag. Is he that good?
I don't know. Look, and I think, Reimer, you would attest to this too. You're picking number one overall. There is undoubtedly no question, nothing to even be discussed it is Cooper Flagg.
Of course.
Cooper Flagg is the best number 1 overall prospect that we've had, since Zion Williamson, I would say. Also at Duke. He's got big issues in another arena, but he's been, a 25-point per game guy, 7 rebound per game guy. But I haven't loved Zion Williamson. I really do love Cooper Flagg. I don't know if he's going to be the 15-time All-Star. That being said, he very well could be. I'm not saying he can't be that guy, but if we're just predicting, back against the wall, what do I think? He is absolutely bust-proof. He will be an all-star at least a couple of times, like at the bare minimum. I have that much faith in him.
Jesus, I hope so.
Well, I mean,
but the way they're talking
I'm just
about
saying,
him,
like there are busts. We've had number 1 overall picks before. I'm
not saying he's going to be a bust. I have no idea.
No.
But what I am saying is that I find it odd that so many fan bases are willing to essentially Ricky Williams this draft.
Yeah.
To go out and get him.
I don't think you would give up, like a Donovan Mitchell and a Darius Garland, like 2 guys like that are established, that are veterans. If that's what you're saying, multiple players that have been NBA All-Stars or close to that All-Star level, I would not go out there and do that. But if we're just talking about Cooper Flagg and what he could ultimately be, he is a basically sure thing for me. He's bust-proof. I don't know if he's going to be one of the top, 50 players in the game's history when he's all said and done, but he is a hell of a prospect. I like what he was about. I mean, this guy came up in Maine, and he just dominated. I did. And look at him now.
Stop it.
His freshman year at Duke was insane. Coach K was talking about this recently. He was talking about his best players at Duke, and Cooper Flagg was the best one and done, even though Coach K did not coach him, but still part of that Duke family. Best one and done player in Duke basketball history. And he's not even one of the guys that Coach K did actually coach when his 35, 40-year run is done.
What the hell do I care about what he thinks?
What do you mean? What the hell?
I don't care about it. He's not coaching the guy. I don't care.
Why do you not care?
His opinion is just as valid as mine at this point.
Oh, come on. No, it's not.
Coach K. Hello, Timmy.
My butt's sore.
This is what I hate about you. I'm doing a horrible Coach K impersonation, and you just can't let me live. You got to one-up me with your own horrible Coach K impersonation.
You're doing all the impersonations, though. There's got to be some. There's got to be some give and take. Some give and take.
I let you have your Biden. I do that. I let you have that.
You've jumped in on a Biden before, and that's okay. I like to hear you do Biden.
No. We should really divvy up the impersonation.
Like put a list up there. Coach K just happens naturally, though. That's not one that you expect to go down that road.
Today, the Rockies played the Marlins.
This is no good.
This is the third game of a 3-game series. The Rockies went into Miami and swept them out. It was their first series victory of the season. It's June 4th. Their first series, not sweep, just in general, series victory.
They just happened to get it done with a sweep. That's embarrassing for the Marlins.
Oh, are you kidding? Look, I know they have giveaways and stuff, like when you enter the stadium, but they should have a giveaway when you leave that stadium if you attended all 3 games of that series. Here's your complimentary Drano to drink on your way home. You just watched your team get swept by perhaps the worst baseball team we've ever seen.
Well, look, it's working out because they don't have a whole lot of fans there. What was it, the game 2 nights ago was an announced attendance of 6,000, and there was maybe 600 people in that stadium?
I'm sure today it was jam-packed.
Who's their manager these days of the Marlins? You know who that is?
Freddie Gonzalez.
Freddie.
Skip Schumacher.
Someone named Clayton McCullough. And he should be done. You should be gone
Jack
after that.
McKeon.
Let's get Jeff Conine.
Jeff Torborg.
Dontrell Willis.
He wasn't a manager. I'm naming Marlins managers.
And I'm just naming Marlins players that we could pick out to be a manager.
Dontrell, he was a thing for a second.
He was.
Then
not. You talk about flash in the pan guys. I mean, he's more than a flash in the pan guy.
Not really. He probably had 2 years where he was really good, and then he pooped himself.
Yasiel Puig like?
Little Puigy.
Little Puigy for Willis? Yeah.
He wasn't granite, though, like Yasiel Puig.
Granite?
Yasiel Puig was carved from granite.
Like a rock? You're talking about his physique?
Oh, my God.
Yeah, but Willis could
He had like 1% body fat.
He was throwing a hundo, though.
I don't think he threw that fast. He didn't throw that fast.
Yeah, that big high kick,
He had
though.
the weird delivery, but I don't think he was throwing 100. No.
Love that delivery.
You're misremembering.
Love that delivery.
Out of your mind. Pulse. What have we been talking about for the first 2 hours? You don't want to know, but we're going to tell you. Pulse is next. Common Man and Timmy on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
Stop-and-go traffic is causing a 45-minute delay if you need to use eastbound 33 from Refugee Road to North High Street. And we've got slower traffic on northbound 315 between Ackerman Road and North Broadway. This report is sponsored by Cordell & Cordell. Cordell & Cordell, Divorce and Family Law. Call 866-323-7529. That's 866-323-7529. Cordell & Cordell, a partner you can count on. CordellCordell.com. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Hi, I'm Mandy. I'm one of the at-home coaches with Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Honestly, I think the thing I hear the most is I didn't realize how easy it was. That first weekly they come in, they're like, oh my gosh, I already noticed that I'm not as bloated in my face or in my abdomen, or I've been sleeping better. I've been waking up with so much more energy. I don't need my coffee throughout the day. They're coming in a month or two later and they're like, hey, my daughter said I need to lower my meds. I'm losing a ton of inches on my waist. I'm buying new pant sizes. And we're looking at scale. And we're like, yeah, your visceral fat's down again. That's fantastic. And we're celebrating all of these wins. And then we talk about, okay, next step. Let's talk about how to maintain it. This isn't over. This is just the next stage. That's what your health coach is there for.
Thanks, Mandy. This is Scotty Vegas. Easy weight loss with results that actually last. With Awaken 180 Weight Loss, you will succeed and you'll enjoy the process. Online at awaken180weightloss.com.
Sun, splashes, and nonstop fun await at Zoombezi Bay.
Get your 2025 season pass for unlimited thrills,
including our all-new conservation tower. Buy now at ZoombeziBay.com.
Now's the time to get a great deal on Kubota construction equipment featuring durable Kubota engines, more comfort, more productivity, more get it done right. The Kubota construction lineup shows up ready to work every day. Right now, bring home select Kubota equipment for 0 down, 0% APR for 60 months, or save up to $4,500. Now through June 30th. See us or go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
Stop by Columbus Equipment in Columbus, Dayton, or Toledo to see their full line of Kubota construction equipment, or check them out online at columbusequipment.com.
Stay hydrated. It's hot out there. So my teenage son just went out in sweatpants and a hoodie. It's 98 degrees. At least I know he'll be cool in our house, thanks to Atlas Butler. If something goes wrong, they'll fix it within 24 hours. They call it their comfort pledge. Get too hot?
Hey, my phone.
Oh, your phone. Should have known.
Atlas Butler is at your service. Call 1-800-FURNACE.
I'm an old school Joe. I never lay juice I don't want to lay. I don't hate my money like that. I'd rather lay minus 108 than minus 110, wouldn't you? Prime Sports is Ohio's full-time reduced juice sports book. Download the Prime Sports Ohio app or visit our website, primesportsbook.com. Get a welcome bonus to match your initial deposit up to $400 in bonus bets. And be a member of the Prime Sports family.
Terms and conditions apply. Visit website for details. Must be 21 and present in Ohio. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hey there, friends. Bo Bishop here, and so are the summer savings at RCD RV. Don't miss RCD RV's summer kickoff sale running June 7th through the 21st. New RVs starting as low as $12,995. Now's the time to make a splash this summer. Hurry in. Those deals will not last long. Find unbeatable savings, unforgettable fun, and everything you need to hit the road at RCDRV.com. Visit our locations, Delaware, Heath, and Pataskala, or shop online anytime at RCDRV.com.
Joining us on this episode are real Spectrum customers, Monique and Greg. We hear your family is a big fan of Spectrum.
Family of 4, we have about 18 devices last time I counted.
2 teams require a lot of speed. Everything they do is online.
There's gaming, there's streaming. Spectrum is perfect for us. I mean, it just seamlessly connects all our devices with lightning speed.
Sounds like Spectrum is really committed to keeping you connected.
It's amazing.
There's a huge focus in America today about your health, and you're determined to look beyond the pills. You don't want to have surgery, because I know I didn't. So you want to talk to the person that's in pain right now? Well, that was me. Maybe it's you, maybe it's someone you love, and maybe you've done everything you can. Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter for my friends at QC Kinetics. They're different. They're not about those quick fixes. This isn't going to be some shot that's going to make you feel better. It's not a surgery that's going to put you on the shelf. They're about long-term relief. This is regenerative medicine we're talking about right here. Your own body's healing properties to heal the damaged tissue at the cellular level. QC Kinetics, they've helped tens of thousands of people, so many of them right here in the Columbus area and across the country. They'd be honored to help you just like they helped me with my knee, just like they helped my dad. Here's what they're going to do. They're not going to mask the pain. They're going to go to the source of it. So go check them out at qckinetics.com/Columbus to see if you're a good candidate, or give them a call at 380-28-4544. They've got offices in Dublin and in Gahanna, and newly in Canal Winchester and Grove City.
Come into your local AAA Car Care Plus and save $40 on any repair of $150 or more. Only at AAA Car Care Plus locations. And on the plus side, AAA members save more. Offer valid through June 30th. See store for details.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. Sports Center.
Good afternoon. This is Paul Keel. Cincinnati Reds lost at home today to Milwaukee 9-1, dropping 2 of the 3 in the series. Cleveland Guardians continue their series in New York with the Yankees tonight. Columbus Clippers at home with Toledo this evening. College football, Ohio State announcing changes to their future non-conference schedules, adding Navy and Youngstown State in 2029 and moving Nevada from 29 to 2030. Meanwhile, the NHL Stanley Cup Finals begin tonight. Florida Panthers in Edmonton to take on the Oilers. Pittsburgh Penguins have hired New York Rangers assistant Dan Muse as their new head coach. And the Phoenix Suns are set to hire Cleveland Cavaliers assistant Jordan Ott to be their new head coach. This update brought to you by RCD RV Supercenter, located in Heath, Delaware, and Pataskala, or at rcdrv.com. Breaking sports news when it happens on The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Panama Ted is being forced to produce this show against his will. You're listening to Common Man and Timmy.
Not today. He called off today. He didn't call off. He took the day off. Instead, Rhyme Time is here producing the show. The first time he has graced. Have you produced for me before?
No, I have not.
Okay, that's what I thought. But then again, you all look the same to me.
Reimer loves... He's like me, basically.
What do you mean he's you?
He loves college basketball and he loves golf.
Is he also a big, giant douche?
Yes.
No.
Yes, he is.
He's a good, clean boy.
I don't know. If you look at him up close, then you might think differently. He brought his entire family out to see one of our Buckeye shows when we were out on remote.
That's
now,
nice.
Who would do that? No, it is a very kind thing to do.
We
honestly.
were in the area checking out some lights and remembered you guys were doing a show right up the road.
How nice is that?
Hey, let's go get some dinner.
Look at you seeing the lights at the Columbus Commons.
Yes.
That is special. That's some good family stuff going on right there.
Absolutely.
You know something interesting about the Commons down there?
Mm-hmm.
I went to the opening gala of the Commons. I'm waving my hand.
He's waving his hand as if to say that
it was a big,
it was fancy. It was a
media
big
people,
event.
Come on down to the opening gala.
When was this? Like way back when?
Don't know. Haven't been back.
You know,
I haven't.
You can just go and take a look around there.
I know people go.
It's fine.
I don't.
The Christmas lights are pretty good.
Yeah, we got the zoo.
Yeah, but you're
not gonna beat the zoo lights.
You could just go poke around the Columbus Commons. Like there's no entry fees or anything. You just go.
I got the zoo membership. I just go right there.
Okay, but that's way the hell up there.
Not for me.
No, of course not for you. It's a big town.
I understand. I'm saying
in
for
this
me
area.
I'll go to the zoo. You can't beat the zoo lights.
Zoo lights are nice. They are nice.
Here's the trick.
I haven't been there in a while.
All you stupid morons that pull in at like 7 o'clock.
Oh my God! No, you go early and you wait.
Backed up all the way out Riverside Drive. Oh, this thing forever. Why is it so crowded? Because you all are idiots. What you have to do is you get there at like 3.
Sure, see the zoo a little bit.
You walk around, you check out some of the animals, and then you're there as it starts to get dark, and they turn the lights on at 4:15. You check that out, and then while all the mouth breathers are coming in at 7 o'clock, you're going the other way.
Exactly.
You're leaving.
Yeah. No, I didn't. I'm with you on this. Like every time that we've gone and done zoo lights, we are there when it's plenty light outside. You have the zoo membership, so why not just rope that into enjoying the zoo?
By the way, we got somebody.
For a few
I forget his name. He does the basement show. He's always showing up, and he says he works at the zoo. And he's always like, "I'll give you a VIP tour." I'm still waiting. I want to cuddle the cheetah babies.
Is that what you'd like to do?
That's not a euphemism. I actually want to cuddle the cheetah babies.
Don't they have little golden retrievers play with the cheetah puppies?
They raise them together.
Well, I guess the cheetahs aren't puppies.
They're like brothers and sisters.
So cute.
You would think the cheetahs would eat people, but they don't. They're like big pets.
I am partial to, if I could have one of those behind the scenes, like really get up and close with the animals, the penguins. Something about those penguins.
Too stinky.
No.
Oh,
I think they're...
It's like Rothman heating up fish in the microwave.
I don't mind the fishy smell. Is that weird? I mean, if I know what the reason is for it, I'm not going to hold that against them. Like
I don't hold it against
my
them.
cat's breath. I don't hold that against the cat. Breath can be a little fishy, but I know it's okay. Penguin tank smells a little fishy. It's fine.
What kind of food are you giving that cat?
Oh, it's a good clean.
Is it a dry food?
It's
or is it a moist, wet food?
Oh, that's the cat. I thought that all cats adored that wet food.
You see the commercials, and there's like goo hanging out of it, and then they go up and they put their little nose on their owner.
They rub their face on the can.
Thank you, Mommy, for giving me this goo.
I know my cats growing up, they were gaga over the canned food, and the cat that we have today just wants nothing to do with it, because sometimes that's the only way to administer medicine. Like if you've got like liquid medicine that you've got to give the cat, hide it in the food. She doesn't want anything to do with it.
We did that with Samantha when she was a baby. Put medicine in pudding.
And that, I'm sure that worked just fine.
Liquid medicine, and that's the only way she would take the medicine.
I'm sure that worked just fine, right?
All right, Pulse.
What have these morons been talking about for the past 2 hours? It's time for the Pulse.
All right, some of the things that we've been discussing. How about the Texans and D'Amico Ryans, head coach of the Houston Texans? Them too. Tekken was the arcade game, right? It was like like Street Fighter. Tekken and Tekken 2. Oh, that was a badass game back in the day. I wish I could play that again. So Texans coach D'Amico Ryans, he said today that he's got, quote, no concerns about quarterback C.J. Stroud and his limited throwing during spring practices due to general soreness in his shoulder. They opened OTAs back on May 28. Stroud has not thrown passes during any of the media's watching periods. The most that he's done with the starting offense is execute handoffs to running backs during 11-on-11 walkthroughs. There's no reasons with C.J. There's no concerns with C.J. It's just general soreness. We're taking extra precaution with him. He'll be good to go. No concerns on my end.
I'm sure he will be good to go, and I'm sure it's nothing. But you'd have to forgive Texans fans if they're a little bit skittish about this, because he had the excellent rookie year, not so good sophomore year. That team was a big disappointment. He was a big part of that, and now you're starting off your OTAs with the quarterback that says he's so sore he can't throw. Again, I'm sure it'll be nothing, and he'll be fine, but you can't blame fans for wondering.
Here's the thing that really is more concerning, considering not just the numbers that he put up last year, but how much he was harassed in and out of the pocket. He's coming off a year where he took a beating. He was sacked 52 times, second most in the entire NFL, and he was pressured on almost 39% of his dropbacks, second most, according to Next Gen Stats.
I don't know the answer, but I'm going to say Caleb Williams was number one on that list of sacked quarterbacks.
Do you think Joe Burrow could have been far behind, though, as good as he was? Didn't it feel at times like he was still getting hit around a lot?
I bet you he wasn't top 5.
You don't think he was top 5?
I don't think he was.
In sacks. We'll have to take a look at that in the next segment. We were talking about a couple of golfers that are going to be playing in the U.S. Open earlier. Interesting stories for completely different reasons. You've got a 17-year-old high school junior, and we missed this the first time around. He's Mason Howell from Thomasville, Georgia. he is going to be a phenom. He's going to be a great player, but he shot 63-63 on the longest day in golf on Monday.
God bless.
That's incredible. That's 18 under par. There was one other guy, I think, that was 17 under par at that site, and then there was a big gap between where the next guy was. So he didn't just qualify, he was the medalist at his qualifying site. It's outrageous. And the other story is Dr. Matt Vogt, 34-year-old dentist, DDS, from McCordsville, Indiana, proved that it's never too late to chase those dreams by qualifying for the United States Open. He says, I feel like I'm going to wake up from a dream. This isn't going to be real, but I'm so excited. Between treating patients and running on minimal sleep, he hopes that his journey can inspire others. So great job by those guys. Qualifying for the U.S. Open at Oakmont. Play is going to start next week, next Thursday. We got the RBC Canadian Open this week. That's always a good one to watch, too, as we get tuned up for the U.S. Open. We got their National Open, our National Open. Canada is trying to end a 32-year Stanley Cup drought. Is this beyond embarrassing?
Yes,
where it's
it
the
is.
home of hockey. And, I mean, Edmonton was, of course, there last year. Florida Panthers got it done, a non-traditional market. I mean, we've got a lot of those now in the States, and it doesn't matter what market you're in. It matters about the team that you build. The Tampa Bay Lightning have had a lot of success. The Florida Panthers are having a lot of success now as well.
Usually in situations like this, I root for the underdog, and I would root for the Canadian teams. Oh, Edmonton, they seem like good, nice people up there. I have no idea. Rimmer lived in Edmonton. Got a string of illegitimate children just wandering around the streets of Edmonton.
Oh, come on. Not Rimmer, not our good boy.
I'm not saying we shouldn't root for Edmonton. It's a nice story. The country would go crazy. But because of the geopolitical situation that's going on, there's a lot of civic pride right now in the country of Canada.
Mm-hmm.
They're unified for a variety of reasons. You're facing an American team from Florida.
Right.
There's going to be some hostilities back and forth there. If this happens to be the first Canadian Cup in 32 years, right or wrong, those people north of the border will be insufferable.
Yes, they will.
I'm just telling you.
It's going to be bad, man.
Well, depending on how what your perspective is.
It's your national sport. Why was it 32 years? Like it should never be 30 years, 3 decades.
Buckeye football schedule news today. We'll talk about it next. Common Man and Timmy on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
You're going to run into some slowdown due to an accident that's on US 23 at Sycamore Street. We also have a 15-minute delay due to an accident that's blocking 2 lanes on westbound 33 between North High Street and Gender Road. It is stop-and-go traffic from Hill Road. This report is sponsored by Cordell & Cordell. Cordell & Cordell, Divorce and Family Law. Call 866-323-7529. That's 866-323-7529. Cordell & Cordell, a partner you can count on. CordellCordell.com. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Beds are us when dreams sunk in. Beds are us.
Right now, get $1,500 off a shower or tub replacement or $3,000 off a full bathroom remodel, plus low to no monthly payments. Call 380-225-BATH to schedule your free estimate or go to bathsareus.com. 380-225-BATH.
Beds are us when dreams sunk in. Beds are us.
It's been a great run. Care Heating and Cooling has achieved goals I could only imagine 30 years ago. But now it's time for the next generation to take over. This is Mike Weens, now the retired founder of Care Heating and Cooling with my sons, Dennis and Ryan.
Dad, I remember you saying that a family business should reflect family values, that a customer deserves to be treated with kindness and compassion.
And those values will never change. The reputation you built for being fair and honest is our greatest asset.
In fact, in 2024, Care was awarded a BBB Torch Award for ethics and named the Lennox Partner of the Year.
You don't earn those awards by leaving cat toys behind. It's an honor to continue serving Central Ohio as a locally owned, family-run business.
So, whether you need a tune-up, repair, or just honest advice, Care is here for you.
Call Care Heating and Cooling at 1-800-COOLING or schedule an appointment online at careheatingandcooling.com. When you need a company you can trust.
Jeremy Foltz, CEO and co-founder of 3C Technology Solutions, speaks about working with First Bank of Central Ohio.
I think FBCO had a really nice personal touch. Transition was really easy and much cleaner than I thought it would be. Some very specific things that made me very excited to work with them are availability and creativity.
Experience what it's like to be first at First Bank of Central Ohio. Visit fbcentralohio.com for more details. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
You had a solid retirement dream. Sell your home in a few years, bank the equity, downsize, and travel. But with an unpredictable economy and the future feeling uncertain, you're wondering if that equity will still be there when you're ready. What if you could bank that equity right now? With Truehold, you can sell your home for its current value, so you can access your equity today. You can bank the cash now and stay in the home you love with an easy standard lease. Truehold even covers property taxes, insurance, and repairs. And since Truehold hands over your equity in cash now, it's yours to do whatever you'd like. Don't let a shifting economy put your hard-earned equity at risk. Visit Truehold.com and receive their competitive offer on your home in just 48 hours, based on its current value, not what's coming. Call 1-855-300-9993 or visit Truehold.com. The smarter, faster way to cash out on your home's value without moving. That's Truehold.com.
Guess what? Our ugly faces are on YouTube. Search 971 The Fan and watch all your favorite shows. Laptop, phone, tablet, smart TV, we're everywhere. Bring us in the bedroom with you. Yes, The Fan.
Did you know 38% of Ohio's teenagers have spent money on gambling in video and online games? Items like mystery boxes, skins, and spin to win mimic gambling, putting children at a higher risk of experiencing a gambling disorder as an adult. So get in the know about youth gambling and start the conversation with discussion guides, parent resources, and more at changethegameohio.org. That's changethegameohio.org.
This is the sound of a popular American motorcycle. It's the sound of freedom, the open road, really good times. And this is what it sounds like with a drunk guy in it. How do you like the sound of that? Cops are cracking down on drunk motorcycle riders. If you ride drunk, you will get caught and you will get arrested. Drunk riding. Over the limit, under arrest. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Transportation.
From office supplies to IT essentials, Amazon Business provides tools that help you save costs and make insight-based decisions. Learn how to bring your visions to life at amazonbusiness.com.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Hazy sunshine, hot and windy on this Wednesday. Temperatures near 90 degrees in spots. Overnight will keep it mild and dry and muggy by Thursday morning, starting in the upper 60s. A couple of showers possible early. Showers and a few thunderstorms later in the day into Thursday evening with highs in the low to mid 80s. With your 10 weather impact forecast, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jerry Martz on The Fan.
The ESPN Bet Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus is the official sportsbook of Common Man and Timmy. Weekdays at 3. The Fan.
This show cuts harder than a Cape Cod chip inside Timmy's mouth. This is Common Man and Timmy.
Bad chips mess you up, man.
Oh, no.
I will say this. Ohio State football is making some changes to some future non-conference schedules. I know you're not going to like them.
Why are we even
I don't like
talking
it either.
about this?
Listen.
Because all of it's going to be moot anyway, because they're going to change the entire conference structure.
I hope
and
so.
who plays who. I'm telling you, we're talking about things that'll never happen.
Looky here, though. This is what we're doing. Just even if we're in our world still,
right, we're in our world, we'll pretend.
I don't like it. Even if we're in our world that's not moving towards bigger things in college football and the SEC and the Big Ten trying to control some things, which on that note, why don't you start controlling some things? You know, if it's the Big Ten and the SEC that are going to be kind of behind a lot of these decisions, why don't you come to some kind of agreement about where we're going in college football? But here's 2026. It is Ball State on September 5th. We got the Texas return trip on the road September 12th, so that's a biggie. And then Kent State on September 19th. So 2/3 of your non-conference schedule in 2026 are cupcake varieties.
Well,
you got
that's always the case,
Two Mac
Timmy.
cup. I know it's always the case, but are you not getting tired of it? Would you not want to see better games?
I would.
At home?
Actually, Ryan Day was talking about this today. He was talking to ESPN today, and he said he was in favor of the Big Ten getting 4 automatic playoff qualifiers. Because if that happens, then you see more games like Texas.
Right.
Because you're not afraid to schedule and perhaps lose these games. It's not going to ruin your entire season.
No, because you're going to and this is also why you heard all the yapping down at SEC spring meetings. They want more clarity about strength of schedule. And look, I'm fully aware. I will sign off with that. We can understand that even if we go to schedule tougher, my 3-loss season might not be the same as that guy's 3-loss season.
I feel like I'm just beating my head up against a wall because I've been saying this for years. You know how we get away from all of this?
Yeah.
Centralized scheduling.
But even with centralized scheduling, it's not going to be exactly equitable. You know what I mean?
It's never exactly equitable,
right. So you still have to have a committee that's going to sort everything out in the end. That's
fine, but you're not scheduling your own opponents. You're not paying somebody $1 million to come in and take a whooping.
Right.
Right?
The schedule is generated.
We're going to get to this point where the Big Ten and the SEC, they're negotiating now where they come together and we have this big monolith that they run. And with that, I think should be one commissioner to oversee it all. And I think we should have centralized scheduling.
Do you want to see, say we're always going to stay at that 12-game regular season, would you like to see 10-game schedules and then the other 2 are cross-conference games and just leave it at that?
That's fine.
Or stay at 9 and have 3 cross-conference games?
We have separate tiers in the conference where you get like one tier 1 game.
Based on what you previously finished.
And one tier 2 or 3. Like you're not going to get 2 tier 1 teams, right? Like if you're Ohio State, you're not going to draw Texas and Georgia in the same season.
Aside from the protected games, and we can get to that however we have to get it. Everyone's going to be raising their hand for this game and that game have to be protected, and then we go from there.
There's not too many protected games. There's us in Michigan.
That's it. I mean, there's no protection on the Penn State rivalry, even now. Well, it's just the Michigan game.
No, with us, that's right. But I'm just saying, even elsewhere, like, okay, USC and UCLA, we got to make sure that happens, I guess.
I guess if it's important enough to them.
But how many other...
Who cares about that?
And the Hillbillies have their games, don't get me wrong, but I'm talking about the Big Ten specifically. Is there another game that you look at? And I apologize for my voice today. I hear myself, okay? I'm sorry.
Yeah. You're fighting through.
Like Michigan State, I know once upon a time they like to pretend that was the main rivalry, but is it so important that we have to protect it? That has to be a thing.
I mean, for us, for others, no.
I'm asking them, too.
Yeah, I would say it's up to those institutions, how much they care about it, and what is the alternative? Like, what is the benefit of not going that way? And I think the benefit of it is you get that uniform schedule, and then you've got better opportunity playing tougher to possibly have an 8-4 regular season, but still wind up in a playoff field. I know that sounds crazy, but
that's going to 16 teams.
That's kind of where I'm going. When you get to 16 teams, I will foresee a future where a 4-loss team possibly has the right losses and is a good team that sneaks in there, and that it can be done. And every single game on your schedule is going to be somewhat of an attractive game. Now, obviously, every Michigan State game is not going to be the same looking on paper as all of the Ohio State games. When you put the different football programs into boxes, you're still going to have your popular ones, your mediocre ones, and your least popular ones. But you're trying to, I think with what you said, having that tier 1, tier 2, you make sure that you get a schedule generated every year that's going to give you that opportunity. It's going to give you good on good. It's going to give you some medium teams that you can play and grab a win. Because even in the past, even when you just talk about conference scheduling, there's always going to be some doormats. There has to be. So if you just view it,
the reality.
And I know I can't. Indiana has risen up a little bit. Rutgers has gotten a little bit better, but it could be Minnesota that sucks. It could be Northwestern continues to suck. You'll have some home games on your schedule where you will win by 35 or 42 points. That will still happen. But Here was the rest of the non-conference movement that was happening. So I gave you 26. That's Ball State and Kent State at home, Texas on the road. 2027, Bowling Green, New Hampshire, and Alabama at home. New Hampshire, the shout out to Ryan Day with his time spent there and being the quarterback of that school. That's great. That is a very small school coming in here. I don't imagine because Ryan Day played there, that's going to generate a lot as far as interest in ticket sales. 2028, Buffalo, Northern Illinois are the home games. You got Alabama return trip on the road. How about 2029, Navy, Charlotte, and Youngstown State?
You know what that screams to me?
It's not going to stay that way.
It doesn't exist. They could schedule the Savannah Bananas in 2029.
And it won't matter because we'll be different. We'll be different at that point.
Different in a year.
Yeah.
Are you kidding? We're going to 16 teams. It'll be 1 year from now.
You still got that Georgia series on the slate. 2030, you got a TBD date, Nevada at home, and then at Georgia.
2030. What are we talking about?
2030.
The new airport will be built by 2030.
I hope so.
We'll be zipping all over the place.
Can we fly to Paris by now? Do we have to drive down to Cincinnati or find our way to Dulles or New York first?
Can I bring something up?
Please.
I don't know if we have enough time to get into this, but, a lot of the soccer people think that we need promotion relegation in this country.
I've thought a lot
like
about
they
it.
have in other countries. It would be it would be a total failure for the game of soccer. It's not big enough here. It's not rooted enough here, and you'd have teams that would just disappear. They'd financially disappear.
It needs to be something that's bigger, that's got a lot more levels that people know about, which is why I think about college football in that regard.
This is the only thing that I think would make sense is college football. And the way that we're trending with Big Ten, SEC forming a big super conference and essentially having their own thing is you're going to have those bottom feeder teams, right? You're going to have the Northwesterns. You're going to have the Vanderbilts and stuff like that. If they continue to suck over the period of time, over a course of time, do you then pop down to what I would assume to be the collection of the next level of teams? Because they're going to get together too. All right, the MAC schools, they're going to get together.
Yeah,
they're going to form their own
MAC schools
version of what the Big Ten and the SEC is doing and hold their own playoffs.
The American Conference.
As they should, right?
Yeah.
Do you reward the few best teams down there to pop back up, and the bottom feeders in this super conference pop back down?
Or do you do it by conference? Say the champ of the MAC gets to pop up to the Big Ten, and the dead last team in the Big Ten goes down to the MAC, and do like a one-spot switcheroo for that.
Perhaps that's almost like the Reverso Bowl game, where the MAC champ plays the worst team in the Big Ten in a bowl game setting.
And that decides it.
If the MAC team wins.
That would get me watching a piece of crap bowl.
Oh, absolutely it would.
If we're not just there to watch a Pop-Tart pop out of a fake toaster, that's kind of cool too. But I'm not watching the game. I just tune in when the Pop-Tart pops up. I would actually be interested in something like that.
Now, the other side of that is, would the players care?
Yes.
Or would they though? Like if you're leaving, you're a senior quarterback, you're the best player on Northwestern, and you're playing in this game. What are you going to stick around and play in that game for?
Well, it's not obviously it's not the seniors, right? It's you talk about players, and then but what doesn't open up a transfer portal can of worms?
Yeah, right.
Haven't we already opened up that whole can of worms to begin with? So I think you continue to look at everything.
Well,
I think
my point is, if you're going to experiment,
ideas here.
If you're going to experiment with promotion relegation, I think college football is a really interesting way.
It's a good place to start looking.
Do it.
And college basketball, for that matter, too, because it's so vast. And I think that sport, maybe even more so than college football, you are seeing a bigger. It's a big party, and there's a lot of good-looking, attractive people at that party. Which is why
I don't know what you mean.
I mean, the talent that's in college basketball. We've had 2 16 seeds now upset a 1 seed in the last 12 years.
Oh, I understand. We were spreading things around, is what you're saying.
We've seen that happen. I think when you're talking about 12-man teams, you can have some of those mid-majors that maybe you never thought of once upon a time. They can beat a Duke on Duke's worst day and their absolute best day.
Right.
Like it could happen. I think you look at some of those really good teams from low-level conferences, you could try that.
Name dropping with Jeff Rimmer in 2 minutes. Common Man and Timmy on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
We've got a 5-minute delay on westbound 270 on the North Outer Belt between 161 and Cleveland Avenue. And there's slower traffic that's causing a 10-minute delay on eastbound 70 on the east side between 33 and Bryce Road. This report is sponsored by NJM Insurance. While some insurance companies use gimmicks to get your attention, NJM would rather focus on putting their policyholders first. No jingles or mascots, just great insurance. Visit njm.com to learn more. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Men, is good enough really what you want with your sex life? This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health. And if erectile dysfunction is making for a bad bedroom experience for you and your partner, you should call us because you want your intimacy to be fantastic, both for you and the one you love. At Tri-State Men's Health, our treatments have success rates of well over 90%. And because we're a medical practice focused on men's sexual health, we can offer many treatment options and even combine treatments to find the right one for you. Which means if you're like most of our patients, we can likely get you performing like you haven't in years. So make an appointment and make a change from good enough to really good. And for a limited time, we're offering new patients a free first visit to help you get the care you deserve. This includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose to demonstrate to you the amazing effectiveness of our treatments. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com. We have 6 offices in the tri-state area to serve you. Tri-State Men's Health, a Promenic restorative health practice.
Hey, Columbus, Jeff Rimmer here, back in Columbus for a little hockey and to visit my good friends at Buyers Volkswagen. Whether you want to buy, sell, or service your next Volkswagen, Buyers has all the options. Browse their entire inventory online at columbusvw.com or visit one of their friendly Volkswagen brand specialists. Or for more personal touch and exceptional experience, it's awaiting for you right there at Buyers. Come see why it's better to buy at Buyers Volkswagen. They're by the airport.
Common Man and Timmy is sponsored by Hinderer Motorsports. Listen every weekday from 3 to 6. They're good, clean boys. The Fan.
Broadcasting live from Shady Acres Retirement Village. It's Name Dropping with Jeff Rimmer.
Sponsored by Buyers Imports, Hamilton Road by the airport.
All right, we don't know where the hell Rimmer is. When we get him, he'll be on.
Has this ever happened, Rimmer?
Yeah, well, sometimes he passes out. Sometimes they give him the wrong pill at Shady Acres, and he takes a nap.
By the time we get him, the segment will be just about wrapping up.
I apologize for my voice today, friends. It is going around the station here. Rothman's got a little chesty LaRue. Our custodian, Calvin's got a little bit of it. I've got it.
Honestly, I don't think you sound all that bad.
I sound bad to myself.
Yeah, but
I need some hot tea.
Overall, like I don't know if you could find the clips, but there was a show you once did.
That's the laryngitis show.
Yeah.
That was.
But I know it was laryngitis. I don't know how you decided, let's just do the show.
I thought it would get better. All right, Rimmer's here. Hello, Rims.
There he is.
Good afternoon, boys.
Well, what did you catch you on the John? What's going on?
No. I lost track of time here. I've been pretty busy today.
What's so busy today?
I'm working on this great publication that's coming out, hopefully, sooner than later.
The book that you're writing.
Yeah.
Yes. Been working hard.
Well, what have you been working on today, Jeff? Like, what parts of the book are you going over? Anything you could tell us?
Well, Timmy, I mean, there's so many stories to tell. Today, we're talking about some of the great players over the course of my career that I've become very, very close with. And today we discussed Wayne Gretzky. And as it turned out, I was in Los Angeles the day that the hockey world was shook by the trade from the Edmonton Oilers who began their Stanley Cup chase tonight against the Florida Panthers. The day that he was traded and arrived in Southern California, I was out visiting my in-laws, my wife and I and family, and heard about the press conference at the Marriott at the airport. And I put on my best shirt and tie and headed to the press conference. And Gretzky says, "What are you doing here?" So it was quite an emotional time for him. And got to be quite emotional for everybody in attendance at that press conference. So,
speaking of Edmonton, you see, finals start up tonight in Edmonton, Oilers and Panthers. It has been 32 years since a Canadian team won the Cup. I mean, we talk about that here and we marvel like, 32 years. That's a long time. 93, Montreal was the last team to win the Cup. Up in Canada, how big of a black mark and a story is this?
It's a huge story, and especially with South Florida here, and of course across the state, Tampa winning 4 of the last 6 cups, and of course everybody talking about the fact that all these cup winners or those that have played in the final of late are all in tax-free or at least state tax-free states, and it's quite a story. But at the same time, in Canada, of course, there's jealousy. From the standpoint, there's no palm trees in Edmonton, although I'm sure there's a few makeshift palm trees tonight in the name of Florida Panther fans that have made their way all the way 3,000 miles to Edmonton. So, yeah, it's a black mark, certainly on the people of Canada, and especially in markets like Edmonton, like Toronto, where the Leafs haven't won a Stanley Cup since 1967. And, it's a big story. And needless to say, having spent 5 years in Edmonton, didn't see any cup wins while I was there. But I'm cheering for the Oilers here in this cup, despite the fact that I spent 10 great years with the Florida Panthers when the franchise started.
It is name dropping with Jeff Rimmer. Rims, I just saw it was actually May 28 when it was a year ago on that date where the Jackets named Don Waddell the new general manager and president of Hockey Ops. If you could just sort of put a bow on this first year and everything that was on his plate and what's been done for this organization, making that push at the end of the season, how do you sum it up?
Well, I think he's done a marvelous job, and I think he will continue here in this offseason. This is a big offseason for the Blue Jackets. You had so many of those young players, Pop, Fantilli, Sillinger, Marchenko, Voronkov, Jet Greaves coming up late in the season and having an impact. He's almost assuredly going to be part of the goaltending makeup for next year. So obviously, Waddell's not happy. He wants to improve the team. They've got 2 first-round picks. I would not be surprised if they traded one or both of those picks to improve the team for immediate help. He's got free agent signings, most notably Provorov and Fabro, 2 players they'd like to keep at the right price. So it's going to be a busy year. He's also looking to upgrade the forward ranks. So although he's certainly had success in his first year behind the bench, bringing in some complementary players to some of the players that were already here. Fabro is just a terrific waiver wire pickup, and boy, what an impact he has. And that's why right now they're in contract negotiations. So, yeah, I expect it to be a busy offseason. And Don Waddell pick up where he left off, when the season ended, and look forward to next year.
Name dropping with Jeff Rimmer, brought to you by Rimmer's Friends, Buyers Imports by the Airport. You want to talk about your friends, Rims?
You know, I never turned down an opportunity to talk about the good folks at Buyers Imports by the Airport.
Cha-ching.
And there are new and pre-owned cars going out the door on a daily basis. Now's the time to take a look at whatever automobile you're looking for, be it an Audi, a Porsche, Subaru, Volkswagen. They're all there, all makes and models, all styles, colors, and options that you need to drive off the lot. And remember, it's not just the sale, it's the after sales service at Buyers Imports by the Airport, with over 100 factory technicians ready to take care of you, whatever those car needs are. And don't forget the express oil and lube job.
Got
always
the quickie lube.
A delight. You got it.
Yeah.
The best.
You're writing the book, you said. Are you throwing in your salacious affair with Anna Kournikovas' mom?
No, it might be mentioned. Actually, it's not a bad idea to at least mention it in the Pavel Bure days of South Florida. Talked about the Russian rocket today, and I had a great relationship with him. In fact, got a great picture here on the wall of Pavel and his brother Valerie, Candace Cameron, who was a star of Full House.
Yes.
Remember her?
Oh, remember,
she's all over the place.
Candace, she lived in my mind for a lot of years, but also she's on a lot of Hallmark movies nowadays.
She is a sweetheart, let me tell you. One of my favorite people that I've met over the years. Just a warm-hearted young lady, and Valerie Bure outkicked his coverage with that one.
What about other?
I'm just going to let you hang there.
What about other names to drop here, Jeff, before we're done?
Boy, oh boy. Oh, I was telling a story today to my ghostwriter. It came up, Doug McLean. Long story short, Doug McLean's writing a second book after the success of his first book.
Who the hell bought the first book?
It was called Draft Day, and it was very successful. In fact, it's in its second printing, and I understand they're going to paperback or already have gone to paperback. But anyway, he's now writing the life story of a general manager. I said, how can you write a book about a general manager looking at your success or not success behind the Columbus Blue Jackets? But I say that somewhat jokingly here. But anyway, he wanted the ghostwriter to call me and ask me about the changes now with general managers today compared to general managers when he was running the Columbus Blue Jackets. But anyway, got to talk to this guy, great guy, Canadian, and he knew of me from my days in Calgary. So he was also doubling, you ready for this, as a wrestling writer. And
this is your ghostwriter?
Not mine, McLean's ghostwriter. Yeah. Anyway, long story short, Archie the Stomper Goldie was one of the biggest names. In fact, he wrestled throughout the Midwest, was very successful. Of course, he started with Stu Hart, Bret the Hitman's Hart, father, out in Calgary. And he was a villain. And there was an old show on Canadian television called Sports Hot Seat, and I was a columnist. Anyway, I was going after him, talking about how wrestling is fake, and here's this big guy known as a bruiser and a bad guy. He played a heel, and I said, it's fake. You guys cut yourselves with razor blades underneath the wrestling ring, and he was coming out of the chair. This was a national show on Canadian TV, and I can't tell you how many calls I got after the show because they were convinced that he was coming out of that chair after me.
He probably was. Remember, John Stossel got slapped in the face. Remember that?
Oh, yeah. That's a good one. Yeah. But anyway, you said, the toughest thing you do all day is probably go to the bathroom. And you're the kind of guy that's a non-athlete that probably gets undressed in the dark so your wife doesn't have to see that ugly body.
That's why he's a good heel. That's bold. That's bold of you too, Jeff. Fake or not, when you start saying that to their faces, they can still kick your ass.
Good authority. You use razor blades under there.
Well, I got to tell you, Steve Simmons, who's a noted sports columnist in Toronto, he was on the panel with me. And every time I see him at events, he's now writing for the Toronto Sun out of Toronto, obviously. And every time he sees me, first thing he says is, Archie the Stomper Goldie. Remember, I don't know how you still survived that TV show because he was coming after you.
I do a good Stu Hart impersonation. Would you like to hear it?
I'd love to hear it.
All right, listen. Ready?
It's beautiful.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Thank you, Rims. We'll talk to you next week.
All right, Jeff.
Always look forward to it. Take care, guys.
Name dropping with Jeff Rimmer on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. Did you miss that? You want it again?
If only he could have seen you in the Bret the Hitman Hart jacket with the Pit Vipers.
There's no way those are the same glasses that Bret wore. Because you can't see out of those glasses.
Of course, they're cheap knockoffs.
No, I know, but I mean, they're not made out of, they have to have some.
Of course not. Yeah.
Space age material where he could see out of them. I couldn't see anything.
I'm sure they were just like a basic pair of Oakleys with a nice frame. Those things that were basically wearing a blindfold.
Back page. Next. Common Man and Timmy on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
You should watch out for an accident that's in the construction area on westbound 70 on the west side after Hilliard-Rome Road. That's causing holdup there. And we've got slower traffic on northbound 270 on the west outer belt between Tuttle Crossing Boulevard and 161. This report is sponsored by COSI. Unofficial Galaxies Star Wars exhibit open through Labor Day. Unofficial Galaxies has arrived and is now open at COSI through Labor Day. An incredible collection of characters, stunning designs from one of the most beloved sci-fi franchises of all time. Unofficial Galaxies now open at COSI. Get your tickets now at cosi.org. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
The big focus in America today is on your health, and you're determined to look beyond pills and steroids and surgery to feel your best, right? So I want to talk to the person who is in pain right now. Or maybe it's someone you love. You've done everything they told you to do, and the pain just keeps coming back. Hey, it's Tyvus Powell for QC Kinetics. They are different. These are not quick fixes. This is a revolutionary treatment that works to give your body long-term relief. You'll meet face-to-face with Dr. Aaron Wilkoff and the QC Kinetics medical team. They'll explain how their regenerative treatments take your body's own healing power and helps heal and restore your damaged tissue. These are well-respected protocols that include potent and powerful cellular level treatments. QC Kinetics has helped tens of thousands of people, so many of them right here in Columbus, Ohio. They'd be honored to help you as well. Yes, you can say goodbye to that chronic pain and live your best life. Find out if you're a good candidate. The consultation is free. Go to qckinetics.com/Columbus or call 380-208-4544. 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544.
Get Eco.
ECO. Hey, Jerry. Hey, Aaron. Hey, it's that time of year again. What time is that? The time all the air conditioners start breaking down. Oh, that time. Yep, every year.
Get Eco.
ECO. Like a swarm of bees. They all get together in a coordinated effort. You mean the Queen air conditioner tells them all to break down? Nah, they just get tuckered out in the heat, Aaron. Can we handle all the calls? Sure, we have a swarm of highly trained coolness experts standing by.
Get Eco.
ECO. And we have $3.5 million in new service trucks to get them there the day you call. The same day? Well, what if you don't call until... We'll come as late as you'll stay up to let us in. Same day. That explains all the revving engines. It's like a beehive of activity, Jerry. Do you know I invented that weird Scoopy thing you serve honey with? You should invent something for ketchup, Jerry. It's America. Ooh, now that's an idea.
Get Eco.
ECO. GetEco.com.
Did you want information on the Ohio Lottery's Easy Play games? Okay. Easy Play games have everything needed to play printed on the ticket, so you never wait for a drawing. And with Easy Play Progressive games, they can instantly win the game's jackpot, which oftentimes grow and grow to over $1 million. All lottery players are subject to Ohio laws and commission regulations. Play responsibly. Want another commercial? Okay.
If your garage door is so ugly that Google Street View blurred it out, we are Deluxe Door Systems. For 30 years, transforming the look of people's homes with beautiful Clopay doors. Straightforward, honest, and for less than you think. DeluxeDoorSystems.com.
Wake up and cash. It's Top Picks on Morning Juice. Powered by WeWinYouWin.com. Professional sports bettor Chad Patrick. Dropping plays and juicing up your Friday mornings with fresh pick winners. WeWinYouWin.com. Built by winners for winners. Stop guessing and start cashing.
Much like a vampire, we need to be invited into your house. But once we're in, we never leave. Listen to The Fan on your Alexa or Google Home smart speaker. Just say play 97.1 The Fan and prepare to be amazed. Do it now.
Hi, I'm Mandy. I'm one of the at-home coaches with Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Honestly, I think the thing I hear the most is I didn't realize how easy it was. That first weekly they come in, they're like, oh my gosh, I already noticed that I'm not as bloated in my face or in my abdomen, or I've been sleeping better. I've been waking up with so much more energy. I don't need my coffee throughout the day. They're coming in a month or two later and they're like, hey, like my doctor said I need to lower my meds. I'm losing a ton of inches on my waist. I'm buying new pant sizes. And we're looking at the scale and we're like, yeah, your visceral fat's down again. That's fantastic. And we're celebrating all of these wins. And then we talk about, okay, next step. Let's talk about how to maintain it. This isn't over. This is just the next stage. That's what your health coach is there for.
Thanks, Mandy. This is Scotty Vegas. Easy weight loss with results that actually last. With Awaken 180 Weight Loss, you will succeed and you'll enjoy the process. Online at awaken180weightloss.com.
Want to know anything about the Fans contest, how to win, or what's up for grabs? Check out 971thefan.com. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
I'm going to go home and I'm going to drink some herbal tea.
And you hate hot liquid.
The hot shots of liquid in my mouth.
Oh, I've known that.
The skin peels off the roof of my mouth, and I get the cankers.
Well, you don't drink it when it's boiling hot.
It doesn't matter.
Just hot. That's all.
No, I don't like anything hot.
Have a hot cocoa?
I hate a hot cocoa.
No hot cocoa? Why?
Hot chocolate?
Chocolate. Why? You don't enjoy a hot chocolate in the wintertime? You and Samantha snuggling up in a blanket, drinking a little hot cocoa, watching Elf. Sounds lovely.
I hate Elf. You know that about me. I hate it.
You yell at Elf. You yell at it. Have you shown Samantha?
She's seen Elf.
Have you shown her Christmas Vacation yet?
Yes.
Good.
She's seen it. She likes it.
Good.
We have several ornaments on the tree
It's really
that
not
reference
that bad.
Christmas Vacation.
Good. Yes.
No, it's bad.
Do
It doesn't matter.
you have the Esser's full ornament?
Yes, we do.
So do I. There needs to be a lot more, though, because we're basically quoting the entire movie, start to finish. Let them finish. There could be a lot more good ornaments for that tree.
You want to do Cooch?
Hallelujah. Oh, Cooch.
I'm just waiting on you, homie.
Let's go.
Who's on NyQuil?
Matt Coocher update.
Me or you?
Cooch. All right, so we've got a little Matt Coocher update. We didn't really give him his due last week for being at our event. He was at Jack's place. He had a little T25, tied for 25th for Matt Coocher. It's been a struggle for him.
Why didn't you have him on the show?
We tried. He didn't want it. Cooch didn't want it. Tired Cooch.
You got
playing a lot of golf.
Cooch turn you down?
We didn't officially go after Matt Coocher. Didn't you guys try that a couple years back?
Yeah, we did.
I mean, you gotta want to be on the show.
And we decided, you know what? We really don't care.
It doesn't need to happen. It's better this way. So he shot a 72 in the last round on Sunday at Jack's place to shoot 4 over for the tournament. Scotty Scheffler obviously won at 10 under par, so he was a good bit back there. But for a signature event, tied for 25th when the purse was $20 million.
That's not bad.
That's pretty good. Yeah. But am just seeing here today, a bunch of guys just withdrew from the RBC Canadian Open, which is set to start tomorrow. So no Cooch.
No Canadian Cooch?
Missing Cooch. No Canadian Cooch.
Oh, why no Cooch?
Yeah, I don't know. Matt Coocher.
Ouchie Coochie?
Yeah, no, doesn't say. Doesn't say why. Just the PGA Tour just announced that, you know, five golfers have withdrawn. Sahith Theegala is one of them. He's a pretty popular player on tour. And Matt Coocher. Now, this is going to be the first time that we see Rory McIlroy compete since the PGA Championship. And obviously, Rory was one of the other bigger stories in golf this year with Scotty Scheffler because he won the Masters finally and competed the career slam. He's the 5th guy, I think, in golf's history to complete the career slam and the first since Tiger Woods. So I'm excited for...
And then at the end of that, he was handed his Instagram sleut, who also messed her pants like Scheffler's baby. That's the thing that Kristen said.
You idiot.
So
I'm waiting to see where's he going?
I don't know.
Where's he going with
so,
this?
you know, Rory had the separation from his wife because she found out that he was fooling around on her with some Instagram chick who slid into his DMs.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
And so we're watching, you know, Rory complete his Grand Slam. It's a nice moment, right?
Mm-hmm.
His wife is there. His children are there. And the moment is ruined by my wife saying, "Where's your Instagram, slut?" Jesus, honey. Too much Bravo TV for you.
Oh, man.
Back page.
The back page.
Sponsored by Care Heating and Cooling. When you need a company you can trust, call 1-800-COOLING.
Are you attached to your jersey number that you wore in youth baseball? Did you have a set number? Did that have to rotate around? I know you're a pretty good baseball player.
21.
Number 21.
21. No, I was not attached.
You were not attached to it?
I picked it initially because it was my birthday, 21.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't care.
But then again, if we advance that forward, if we became professional athletes, I can see how our minds might change about that. If we were star athletes in college and we wore a certain jersey number and then that became attached to us, had some special meaning.
A branding aspect.
Of course there
to
is.
it, which is something that you don't think about when you're playing youth sports.
No. And I didn't realize this, but, Puka Nacua, he's outstanding, right? You don't have the hookup with Puka Nacua and Cooper Kupp anymore because Cooper Kupp go bye-bye up to the Seattle Seahawks. But Davante Adams is a famous number 17. And there was some talk about Puka Nacua and Davante Adams with that jersey number. It turns out that Davante wasn't stressing to get this number away from Puka Nacua. Puka wanted to change his number back to number 12 anyway. He had wanted to do that since his rookie year because that was his number at BYU. Puka wore number 12. He had been number 17. Davante Adams, famous number as a wide receiver since he'd been with the Rams, but it costs sometimes a pretty penny to get that number away from some of these other stars. So Puka going back to number 12, and number 17 is going to be available for Davante Adams with the Rams.
I'm going to go home, going to drink some tea. I hope tomorrow I won't sound like this. I can't promise anything for the stupidity, but hopefully audibly, just a better experience tomorrow. I appreciate you sticking with the program. We'll see. Get well soon. We want you to get well. Common Man and Timmy on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
We've got a 5-minute delay due to an accident that's on westbound 33 between 161 and US 42. And we've got slower traffic on northbound 71 on the north side between Hudson Street and Cook Road. This report is sponsored by rrfoundationspecialist.com. Secure your building's future with R&R Foundation Specialist. From sinking foundations, leaning walls, waterproofing, and more. Now serving Columbus, Ohio. Get a no-obligation estimate at rrfoundationspecialist.com. That's rrfoundationspecialist.com. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Lanny went to college and racked up huge debt.
A little bit over $100,000.
For a degree he couldn't use, now what?
I had a friend that went to my computer career.
They even helped him get hired immediately after graduation.
One of the things I love about IT is that you can work from anywhere you want.
You could become an IT pro in just months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI with zero experience at mycomputercareer.edu.
It worked for me, and I know it can work for you.
This is one student's experience. Individual results vary.
CME Federal Credit Union wants to try to beat your auto loan rate with rates as low as 5.25% plus no payments for 60 days. Visit CMEFCU.org today and start driving to a better deal. Terms and conditions apply. Minimum floor rate of 5.25%. Federally insured by NCUA.
Sun, splashes, and nonstop fun await at Zoombezi Bay.
Get your 2025 season pass for unlimited thrills,
including our all-new conservation tower. Buy now at ZoombeziBay.com.
Breaking news, and this one is almost unbelievable.
Yeah, it's all about new customers at Bet365 because they get $150 in bonus bets when they bet $5, win or lose. And even better, bonus bets can be used on the spread, totals, and player props.
There you have it. Bet $5 to get $150 in bonus bets, win or lose. And see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. T&Cs apply. Available in app only.
A healthy body needs good food. This summer, the Ohio Department of Education and Workforce is sponsoring Sun Meals, a summer food program where kids eat free. Children under 18 receive healthy meals and no sign-up is required. Locations may be right in your neighborhood. Call 1-866-348-6479 or visit education.ohio.gov/kidseat for meal locations and times. That's education.ohio.gov/kidseat.
Hey, it's Leslie from Pella Columbus.
I'm Wilson from that other window place.
One of my favorite things, Wilson, is the look on people's faces when they see the end price for Pella windows.
Yeah, I'm always hearing, does it look like I'm wearing my money britches?
More like, I can't believe we get the Pella look and quality at these prices.
Oh, you went the other way with that. You're hearing good things. Oh, this is awkward.
Get the window that homeowners rated the leading window brand in Columbus at PellaColumbus.com.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car can be picked up as soon as the next day. Receive a tax deduction and vacation voucher.
1877 Cars for Kids. Donate card today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Hey there, friends. Bo Bishop here, and so are the summer savings at RCD RV. Don't miss RCD RV's summer kickoff sale running June 7th through the 21st. New RVs starting as low as $12,995. Now's the time to make a splash this summer. Hurry in. Those deals will not last long. Find unbeatable savings, unforgettable fun, and everything you need to hit the road at RCDRV.com. Visit our locations, Delaware, Heath, and Pataskala, or shop online anytime at RCDRV.com.
It's Kubota Orange Days. From America's #1 selling compact tractor to zero-turn mowers and versatile RTVs, get your perfect match delivered to your door. Now through June 30th, get 0 down, 0% APR for 84 months or up to $2,000 off BX 2380 tractors. See the details at KubotaOrangeDays.com.
Stop by CEC Turf and Tractor in Athens, Canal, Winchester, Lancaster, or Toledo to see their full line of Kubota tractors and mowers, or check them out online at CECTurfandTractor.com.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. Guys, listen up. How many of you out there have been diagnosed with sleep apnea? Maybe your partner can't tolerate your snoring every night. You can't stand your CPAP machine. I totally get it. But the good news is there are alternatives to the CPAP machine. And Dr. Mark Levy is here to change your sleep and your life. Trust me, your spouse will thank you later. Dr. Mark Levy can customize an oral appliance that opens your airways, helps you breathe better, and of course, stops your snoring. That's the main point. It's quick and comfortable and an alternative to those bulky, loud CPAP machines you always hear about. For over 15 years, Dr. Mark Levy has led the way when it comes to treating snoring and sleep apnea, and now he's expanding his practice to better serve his patients with a brand new location in Marysville. I love Marysville. If you're snoring and not sleeping, you need to call Dr. Mark Levy's office today. Do not delay. Schedule your appointment today with Dr. Mark Levy at 1-800-MORE-SLEEP. That's 1-800-MORE-SLEEP. You can also visit him online at sleepbettercolumbus.com. And now, sleepbettermarysville.com too.
Broadcasting from the